Hello, hello.
What is up, folks?
Did you miss me, Shan?
I did. Guys, I'm so happy to be back. I was so sad we couldn't stream last week.
Guys, Shannon was dying.
I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't good.
It was not cute.
When I thought I had a head cold last week, that was a thick lie.
Yeah, that escalated, friends. That's where we've been. But we're back and we're ready
to... know my health is much better now. We're excited to be with you.
Shannon will not die today.
I don't look like I've been hit by a bus today, so that's stellar.
It's fine. We're making it happen, guys. We're all here. We're all alive. Guys, I have something to tell you, and I'm going to say it now before our guest comes on because Chloe's listening. Shannon finally booked her flight to Dallas, friend.
I did. Today I bought my flight to Dallas. What a hockey. I hope you're listening. We're very excited to see you.
I already know, though.
Very excited.
Background. Isn't it cute? John, were you the one who followed? Wait, added me on something yesterday? But yeah, so guys, we less than a month, in literally a month, we'll be in Dallas. Chloe, I'll let you know what games we're going to. I know you want to go too. Cool. So let's bring in our first friend. Oh my God, it's been, I feel like a decade since we've seen you.
How are you ladies doing?
Just dandy.
Just dandy? Yeah. Great to see you guys. For those listening, I was supposed to come on a second time last season, actually, during the playoffs, but that COVID vaccine kicked my ass.
We've all very much been there.
Yeah, I was just asked if I wanted to get my vaccine next Wednesday, and I was like, no, I don't want to get it right before my booster. And I was like, I don't want to get that right before Thanksgiving.
Booster next Tuesday.
Say again?
It's fine. I'm getting my booster on Tuesday.
Nice.
I'm ready.
I don't know if the booster makes you as sick as the regular one. I feel like it doesn't.
You guys gotta tell me.
Well, isn't it like the same thing? Am I an idiot? I don't know. Maybe.
I'm in the same level. I might be an idiot as well.
Be stupid. But...
I mean, I feel like I missed the memo that we were supposed to get boosters, so now I'm trying to catch up and make an appointment.
Well, they're only just becoming available for everyone. Anyway, this is not a medical program, guys. We're here for hockey, I swear. And what a change of events that we're actually covering a game that Shannon and I both have a jersey for, and they're not the same one.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about it.
Hey, it's representing the two teams, so I mean.
And you have the giant flag behind you.
Mm-hmm. It's new.
Yeah, how are you feeling about the Panthers are looking great right now.
How rude are we? Do you want to tell the people who you are?
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Armando Velez, host of the Locked On Florida Panthers podcast, the daily podcast, Monday through Friday, Locked On Podcast Network. I'm sure some of the people heard the network before. So usually they have a daily podcast for each team in every league. So you'll have NFL, NBA, NHL, and NFL. So yeah. So I happen to cover the Florida Panthers. So excited doing it, and my second season doing it. So if you listen to these ladies often, you definitely seen me on the show before. I think it was really early last season. I forget which game specifically. I think it was a Panthers Stars game, I believe. I don't remember, but yeah. I got this flag here. This is my new office. Because the old office that I had is my girlfriend's hippie room, as we call it. So meditation, yoga studio. Yeah, so I was always getting kicked out and I had to always adjust my recording time, so I can't get kicked out of this space.
That's so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone say something about my goal horn in the comments before. I just finished syncing it to the game we're watching tonight, guys. Don't worry, but I won't put the sound on because I know it's so loud for you guys when it goes off, but it will light up when we have a goal. Be prepared.
As long as it's not the Washington Capitals sound, I'm okay.
No, I only have it hooked up for right now for the Panthers and the Devils. Oh my God, where'd my voice go?
Imagine if it just went off every time there was a goal scored and there's 12 games tonight.
You can set that. Well, I had, because it goes off for the Pens. Like,
that's cool.
If it's plugged in. So it always goes off for the Penguins. But I was like, wait, that could get really confusing. So I clicked that off. It's fine. It's fine.
That is quite literally at the top of my Christmas list this year. Is one of those. And everyone that I tell it to, they're like, I'm not paying for that. And I was like, but it's literally all I want.
Guys, you have to incentivize Shannon to do anything. I had to literally tell her that I would buy her a jersey in Dallas this morning if she booked her flight today.
I'm not kidding when I say I cannot focus on anything. And every time you text me and said, buy your thing, I was like distracted by something
else. Every time I told you to do that, you were like, I'll add it to the to-do list.
And I did. Did I do it?
And they changed their color scheme too on their jerseys. I think their jerseys are a little lighter now. So
yeah, they looked a little different. Also, friends, what are we drinking tonight? I have a sour beer from Bug Hug. It has like a really cool can.
I have a couple different things because I'm drinking a hard coffee to start since I'm exhausted.
Jeez.
It's actually not bad. The PBR hard coffee you would think is disgusting, but it's actually really good.
You want to know what you would think is disgusting? Is that I thought I had my iPad charging to watch this game for the last 2 days, and it's dead.
Well, for all of you folks that know me, the Patriots are on tonight too, so I am just
fuck up.
Double dipping. I gotta find my other computers.
Hey guys, other cool things. Look what I have.
Oh, that's cool.
My friends, like my childhood
beautiful.
Friends, got me this for my birthday. They put our logo on a cup. How cool. Hi, Bill. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I always set up 2 TVs on Thursdays because the Panthers always play on Thursdays while there's Thursday night football, and I always have 2 TVs on.
Well, Thursday night football has been awful recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not the Patriots and the Falcons isn't a game that anybody that's not a Patriots or Falcons fan would care that much about, but the Patriots have been playing incredible recently. So if they go on 7-4 after the Bills lost last week, it'll be exciting.
As a Dolphins fan, I still think it's the Bills division.
I forgot you're a Dolphins fan. Okay, so you won't be excited if the Patriots win, but
yeah. But I think they're just the class of the division, and I hate it. I hate it, but it's the truth.
I don't think I have anyone playing tonight.
I think I'm 2-7 in my fantasy league this year.
Depends on what league you ask about. I'm in 6 of them.
It's too much, guys.
So I'm in 3 football leagues, 2 hockey leagues, and 1 basketball league.
Oh my God.
I love it. Every morning I wake up and the first thing I check is fantasy apps, and I just set my lineups and then I start my day.
I have to do that with our hockey league because I want to be the first person awake. Because if I need to trade someone or like change something for the week, I want to be the first person to request a player from the wherever they come from. You know what I'm talking about. The player section.
Yeah, sometimes I've just been updating my lineup like within an hour of kickoff. Oopsie.
That would stress me out.
Yeah. That's usually when my alarm goes off because I keep forgetting to check it on Thursdays. Oopsie.
One of my running backs was supposed to play tonight, but he's out. That's disappointing. But anyway, guys, enough about football because that's the sub-sport of the evening, not the current sport. Let's see who else is here. Officer Gaming's here. Eric is here. Wow, guys, I miss all of your faces. This is what happens when Shannon gets sick.
So sorry, guys. Trust me, I would have rather spent time with you than the emergency room text.
Where can you find our social media accounts? That's so nice of you to ask. Our
John,
Twitter,
on point.
our Twitter is ssweetheartspod, and our Instagram is slapshotsweethearts. But you know, the banner that said that we used to have was deleted.
Yikes.
I'll write it down.
We shared this stream there with other people. All right, so we've got a game start, guys. 17:53 remaining in period 1. Obviously 0-0, but the Devils have gotten 4 shots off Spencer Knight. So
yeah, and Spencer Knight last Tuesday against the New Jersey Devils gave up 6 goals on 30 shots last Tuesday. So this is the Panthers.
is that home or away? Because this is a home game for Florida.
The Panthers haven't lost a home game at all this season. They're 8-0. So all their losses have been on the road this year. So
all what? 2 of them? 3 of them?
Is it all like single?
5.
Oh well, you have 3 overtime losses.
Overtime losses. So
those don't count.
Yeah. So 2 regulation losses. Both of them happen to be back to back at the Rangers and at the Devils last Monday and Tuesday. But other than that, they've been great. The one game that they played Carolina, Barkov was a late scratch actually in that game, and they destroyed them 5-2. So I tell people that in the short term with Barkov out, that they're able to win. Keyword short term. So
yeah, cannot sustain.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
how long is Barkov out for?
He's week to week right now. It's a lower body injury, but the way the knee bent sideways, it's looking in like in the area of a sprain. So, but of course, this is hockey. They don't reveal the specifics of injuries, but
like literally ever. That's like my biggest pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a feed by Florida. So I know that Mackenzie Blackwood is not vaccinated. So who's been the goaltender for the Devils? It's not
actually he got his vaccine.
He did?
It.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He finally, now it's Tyler Bertuzzi is the only one who got it.
Okay.
What channel is this on?
ESPN Plus.
I'm watching on ESPN Plus because
I
might cover the Panthers, but I don't live in the region anymore.
You're what?
I'm in a blackout zone.
Oh, I'm watching the Florida broadcast. Hold on, let me check.
I love my life, guys. Alex, what's up? Alex, if you're still around in the 3rd period, you can come hang. Oh, I need a
MSG Plus, Megan.
What?
MSG Plus.
I don't have that. Okay. We're making it happen, guys.
But if you just go on the MSG website and you log into like your parents' cable.
Or Reddit.
Or Reddit.
We don't encourage illegal streaming, but like also it's definitely not, guys. I feel bad for Fleury being in Chicago, considering he just as long as the whole team. Accurate. Yeah, guys, that's why I had no interest in streaming the Blackhawks Penguins game last week, because I cannot stomach it. Like, it truly brings me pain. Like, also, let me get on my soapbox for a second, guys. Tristan Jarry sucks. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Everyone at the start of this season who was like, it'll be fine. It's not fine. I'm just saying.
Wow, the Panthers got away with a turnover.
Shannon, where's this play-by-play? Guys, remember when Shannon just shit all over me because I was
inhaling
on her last stream, and now she's not even talking.
I'm eating dinner now because Buddha has mysteriously grown a sty on his face that I was dealing with all before this. So
it's not fine, Shannon. Just kidding. Guys, do we have predictions for this game?
Brian,
Obviously,
thanks for joining. Pittsburgh goal. Thank you, Officer Gaming.
Why is your light not going off? It's connected to
turn
Pittsburgh.
it off for the Pens.
Damn it. I wanted to see prematurely what it looked like.
If you really want it, I can turn it on for every game that's happening tonight.
Wow.
That would be
that'll be too much. That'll be too much for me.
I'm just, guess we'll never know. How do I watch this? Guys, I may not even watch this game tonight. This is what happens when I let Shannon choose.
What's wrong with this game? It was the most interesting one on.
Then I can't watch it.
Gotta check your blackout areas next time.
To be fair, I couldn't watch the game last time we streamed because my TV wasn't working, so I sat for 2.5 periods.
Blackout zones, though.
I sat for 2.5 periods with no game on.
You're not wrong. Wait, what the fuck? I think I have the MSG app on my iPad if it ever turns on. I'm in the middle of writing an email, though. Where did she go now? Shannon!
Right now, Devils are on a power play for too many men.
Oh, my sweet Jesus. For too many men? Guys, how stupid do you have to be to have too many men on the ice? Let's be real. Why am I cuddling with this right now? This is weird. But Armando, tell us more. How are you feeling about this season? What are we predicting? Do we feel good or no?
They're gonna get at least a playoff series win. They haven't won one. They haven't won a playoff series since '96, the year that they made the Cup final. So, this is the year to take that next step. So, they're built to win a round and multiple rounds, and maybe win it all. Who knows?
I was gonna say, I feel like they have the basis for it. Like I feel like we talked about it last year when Shannon hopped on this fandom as like a, whatever, trying to be a fan when they were doing well. What's it called? Oh, a bandwagon fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked about it then. Like they're contenders, and people were like, I don't know, and people being me. But this year, I feel like they're starting to be taken more seriously.
I think it's because there's many arguments of them being that one team that challenged the Lightning the most, and people argue also the Islanders is that one team, and you could flip a coin and you could argue one way or the other, and both arguments are very valid. And I think that adding Sam Reinhart as well in the mix as well is huge to all of that, and they pretty much kept it as a run it back mentality for this time around, and as a person who's been a fan for a little over a decade now, this and not seeing a playoff series win and only seeing 2 playoff appearances, I don't count the bubble during the COVID season.
Fair.
And seeing them miss the playoffs so many times. Honestly, start with a playoff series win and then take it from there. And then we see what momentum can do. You saw it with Montreal last season, a team that you could argue had no business being in the Stanley Cup final. And look what happened with them. And you could create that momentum going in and out, going on and on. I mean, so far as point share with Tampa Bay, they're leading 3-2 in that one. So, I mean, sure, there's no Kucherov right now.
So, follow-up question. Since my argument for the Islanders is that they're primarily good because they have a great coach in Barry Trotz, how do you think the Panthers are going to bode long-term now that they lost Quenneville?
I think he's still there in spirit, honestly, and the message that he's put there has gone down to the assistant coaches, and they soak. One thing I describe on the show is they soaked it like a sponge. Of course, there's going to be a little tweaks here and there, and Andrew Burnett's going to put his own type of system there. I mean, he's never been a head coach on any level. But the fact that they brought somebody, promoted somebody from within instead of bringing somebody from the outside, it's keeping that same message that Coach Q put on this team. So that's why I think the move made sense to keep it within.
Save by night.
Guys, there are so many shots happening this period. I feel like we've talked so much in the past, so far this season, there's been a lot of very low shot count games, but they are both quantitatively going at it.
It doesn't say a lot about, yes, it could say something about their offense, but I think it says more about the lack of defense at the moment.
I think defense is the problem here.
Bill Mac Jones is not. I mean, he's fine looking, but he's got too much of a baby face for me. It's not. He's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's doing great, but
he's just so young.
I think he's younger. How old is he?
I'll Google
I think
it.
he's like 24.
Too young.
He's 23. He is younger than me.
Oh my god.
You're starting to get old when the starting quarterback of your favorite team is younger.
Yeah.
Like
I was thinking it the other day when I was at
Oh, David Pasternak's younger than me, and that makes me want to die.
What?
When you watch a Bruins game. Yeah, he is.
Barkov is younger than me.
How old's
No
Barkov?
way,
I think
Shane.
How old's Barkov?
25, going on 26, and I'm 28. So
Yeah, Pasternak I think is 23.
He's 25.
Oh, maybe it's McAvoy. Hold on. One of them is not James McAvoy. Come on now.
Charlie McAvoy's 23. He'll be 24 in December.
It was McAvoy I was thinking of.
Question for you, Shannon. Does Bergeron re-sign after this season?
Probably, yeah, but I don't think it'll be longer than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not because we don't want him, but just because I think he's not going to pull a Chara and play until 44. Like, I think he's for sure going to retire at a reasonable age. And by no means is he not playing well. He got a hat trick last week, but he's playing on the best line in the NHL right now. So I don't want to say he's being carried, but if he was playing with, an average left wing and even a good right winger, would be producing like that? I don't know.
Bill, remind us your birthday when January starts. We love a good birthday shout out. It's our vibe.
The best, I spent my 28th birthday covering the Panthers in person. Couldn't ask for anything better.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Actually, Bill, since you brought up Chara being able to fist fight still, I just got through work. They do like regular bonuses, but they also do bonuses in the form of like DC tickets. So I got Caps tickets to the Capitals Islanders, and I can't wait to see Chara in an Islanders shirt.
But isn't that not until February?
It's not until February, yeah.
I'm going to go too, guys. Probably. Maybe.
Yeah, they offered me Wizards tickets for Saturday, but I'm having people over, so I couldn't go to that one.
And the Wizards are good.
The Wizards are good. I was mad.
Really?
I was like, I'm canceling it.
Shan, are we covering the Olympics?
Ooh,
We should.
we could.
I'll be covering the Olympics.
We could.
There's going to be at least 3 Panthers who are going to be in the Olympics this year.
Well, my homeboy Mike Sullivan is going to be coaching this year.
Meg, it would be like a good little 2-week playoff preview of our regular streaming schedule.
Yeah, of literally never not online.
The problem is they play a lot of it. Where's the Olympics?
It's in Beijing.
Beijing.
So it's going to be all during the day.
It's 13 hours ahead of us, so a noon
So
game
Meg
will
and I
be
are
like
just
1
going
in
to
the
pop
morning.
off from work.
Guys, we're going to take 2 weeks off if you forgot. But I mean, well, no, because they play them in prime time too.
Not a lot. Well, yeah, they do.
Not all of them, but they will.
I can't watch pre-recorded stuff. Like,
I mean,
gotta
we
get
could
the
cover
live.
like a 3 or a 4 o'clock game. Like, that's not that bad.
Like,
Yeah. Plus, we could also bring back the afternoon snack.
That's true. If we just blocked off an hour and a half on our calendar,
Hour and a half.
you cover half the game.
It used to be 20 minutes.
You can't cover a whole game in 20 minutes.
Aaron, that's so sad. Who are you gonna wait, guys? Oh my god, we should put this poll up somewhere. Who are you rooting for in the Olympics? I'm so curious, guys. Put it in the comments. I root for Canada.
Yeah, I usually root for whoever the Bruins have on their team.
I just have always had more players that I was a fan of coming from Canada than in the U.S.
majority of Panthers players will probably be on Canada's team with Huberdeau and Ekblad.
Yeah.
But I got to go with my home country,
Hey, no.
Where's Barkov from? Russia?
No, he's from Finland.
Oh.
Mhm.
I'm
He's,
curious
one of
if Tuukka Rask gets named to Finland's roster, even though he hasn't played in the NHL this year.
Yeah, he was one of the first three names announced for Finland's national team, along with Mikko Rantanen and someone else.
The Nashville goaltender, not Pecorine, the younger one.
Saros?
Well, that's confusing.
I mean, it might be Pecorine, but I'm pretty sure it's Saros.
Pecorine is retired.
Well, he can be retired from the NHL and still play in the national team.
True.
Guys, we are the only game.
Yager still plays on the Czech national team.
What? I didn't hear what you said.
I said I'm pretty sure Yager still plays on some level of the Czech national team. I don't think it might not be the highest level, but
probably.
Did you hear about the story? Did you hear about the story of sad about Yager's team he owns right now? You guys hear about that?
No, what happened?
So Jaromir Jagr is continuing to play for the team that he owns because of
why not
drawing a viewership / a crowd for the team that he owns, and he thinks that he feels that if he retires, which was the team that was owned by his dad, that there's a possibility from that team could fold. So he's playing because he feels like that he has to, not because he actually wants to. And it's kind of sad.
Oh, what a shot by Florida. Sorry.
So
that is sad.
Yeah.
Like you need to literally carry the team you own on your back.
Yeah, for economic reasons. So
want to know what else is sad? That we're the only game that hasn't had a goal yet. I'm sad. It's fine. He's born in Russia. Who are you talking about, Select Boy? Shannon, Bill wants to know how Kevin feels about Ben Simmons.
Doesn't care. He doesn't like him. He thinks that the Sixers are perfect no matter what they do.
That's dumb.
It's a naive.
I'm having a hard time processing that.
I'm telling you, a lot of people don't like Boston fans, but Philadelphia fans are quite literally nauseating.
I've been to a Phillies game a year that they were like towards the bottom of the league.
Oh, Bryce Harper just won the NL MVP, and it was chaos in my kitchen.
That's weird. How dead did this iPad have to be that it's not even charging? It's not on yet. Guys, I just want to watch the hockey game. Oh my gosh.
Right now, New Jersey is doubling the amount of shots on Florida, 15-7.
Oh, 16-8 actually, if we're real time.
Oh, my feed's behind. You know,
the NHL app is giving me all the tea. Guys, speaking of all the tea from the NHL app, let's do a score rundown. The Pens are beating the Canadiens 1-0. Granted, they have less than 10 shots on goal combined, which is ridiculous. The Flames are beating the Sabres 1-0. The Leafs are beating the Rangers, and the Flyers are beating the Lightning, all 1-0. And they also only have 10 shots combined. Meanwhile, over here, we're like over 20 and no one can score.
I like that last one that you spoke about the Flyers
beating the Lightning. I thought you might.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
I'm definitely staying up for Ducks Hurricanes tonight. Definitely. I'm. Who did you guys think that the Ducks would be off to this kind of start this season?
No, but it's exciting.
Like I haven't watched them live this season, but them facing the Hurricanes tonight, which the Hurricanes and Panthers, they were in the same division last year. So, and they destroyed the Canes earlier this season. So, the Devils scored.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dougie Hamilton's first goal.
Hello.
And Dougie Hamilton didn't play in their first matchup last Tuesday.
Did I not save my selections here? I'm so let down right now. Not responding. Help. Test. It's not on. Now it's on. Let's test it. Find the Wi-Fi. I know, guys, the lamp is really confused right now.
Do you connect it only for the home team or for both teams whenever anyone scores?
Both.
Okay.
And it's even more fun because if you're streaming, like this normally gets it first. So then you don't actually know who's going to score.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you're just kind of like waiting, like, who was it?
You just know a goal is going to happen.
Yeah, you know that like something happened. Guys, when the heck did the Devils become a contender? Guys, the Flyers are up 2-0.
Remember when I called the Devils contenders last year and you made fun of me?
Remember when we used to be friends with the Devils mascot? Me too.
I remember there was an old This Is Sports Center commercial with the Devils mascot, and I think it was Stuart Scott asking, going up, and then the Devils mascot is like shaking his head, like going down. It's like, oh, we're going to hell. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that old commercial.
Oh yeah. It's like such a good one. I miss like the old like ESPN vibes. Like before it was like, you know.
I don't have cable, so
I don't anymore.
Honestly, outside of games, I don't even watch live TV.
I watch like Hulu and shit.
Yeah.
I watch sports, the occasional Jeopardy.
Honestly, the only time I watch ESPN is if I'm at the gym on the treadmill and the TV's like right there.
That's ideal.
I usually keep to podcasts mostly as a podcaster.
Can we call ourselves podcasters anymore? Probably not.
Same. Well, streamers, podcasters, same difference.
We can go streamers.
All right, guys, there's a little over 4 minutes left in period one. Obviously, the Devils have struck first, making it 1-0. The Devils actually have 20 shots on net. Spencer Knight obviously saving 19 of them. The Panthers have 8. Haven't been able to light the lamp yet. Hopefully, we will see Megan's lamp light next time a goal is scored.
This isn't a goal. This is I reconnected to the Wi-Fi.
That is what it will look like when a goal is scored. Also, hopefully, one of us will yell to let you know which team it is. Otherwise, we'll leave you in suspense. But let us know who you're rooting for, how you're feeling about this game. Obviously, both of these teams doing pretty well this season. Panthers doing just as well as they left off last year. Devils surprising some people. Let's see how this game goes.
I just changed the charger that I was attached to because I'm convinced it's a problem. Ow. It's fine. We're here, guys. We're living. I have the lamp, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Since you guys get so incentivized so easily, what's it gonna take to come down to Florida?
Not a lot.
Very little. It's warm there.
Oh, okay.
Media credentials.
I mean, I know the PR people.
They're my second favorite team, so it would take literally nothing for me to go.
I was going to say, honestly, we just need to pick a week.
Oh, what a save by Blackwood.
I was like, nothing happened. I swear. No, we'd totally go to Florida. Guys, this is the year of Megan Shan hit the road. Aaron, you don't have NHL over there. That's a lot harder of a trip for us.
Aaron, if you live near Manchester City, though, I might be convinced.
I prefer Liverpool.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. That's not friends.
No.
Why
is the Panthers arena in a COVID capacity? Or just literally no one there?
People just not care.
Yeah, it's they're letting 100% capacity, but yeah, it's
That's crazy.
Thursday night. You know, here's what I tell people all the time about Florida attendance: you win, and consistently, and you create a culture, people will come. You see the Tampa Bay Lightning, even before they won back-to-back championships, they're always in the playoffs, and they're not only are they always in the playoffs, they were advancing in the playoffs.
The Penguins scored again.
So they always filled. They always fill Amalie Arena. I mean, I've been to Amalie Arena like 4 times, and even before they won their back-to-back championships, that place was always packed. So you got to win consistent playoff series, and then people will definitely pay more attention. So you just got to win.
You want to know who has a really good winning mentality that makes me want to jump off a cliff? Shannon in fantasy hockey. And let me tell you, I'm a pissy little bitch about it.
Got 5 wins. Ace of Spades, thanks for joining. Yeah, I've got 5.
We don't play each other until like February.
Huh?
We don't play each other until like January or February.
That's interesting. I don't know how the schedule works in fantasy hockey.
It's random.
All right, 40 seconds remaining in period 1. The Panthers have passed 10 shots. They're now at 11, trying to keep momentum in their side of the ice for the remaining part of this period, but the Devils are making it quite difficult. I think it's just going to be a dumping match here for the remainder of this period.
Something happened!
Maybe not.
Who was it? Who? Wait.
All right, the Panthers have control in their own end. Now they're making a breakaway. Oh, what a shot! What a bad miss by against Blackwood.
Verhaeghe.
It's not on the app.
I love the description from one Atlantic to the other.
What a heartfelt sentiment. There it goes.
Wow, from the top circle.
How exciting. When Shannon starts closing out the period and all of a sudden something happens. Oh, I love this world. Go hockey. The Pens have scored again. The Flyers have scored. It's 2-0 Flyers, 2-0 Pens. 1-1 in this game. And it's in time.
The fact that you were outshot by a lot in that first period and it's tied 1-1, that's encouraging.
That's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
It could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guys, I have Billie Eilish stuck in my head. It's so problematic. Let's play a game of where should Meg and Shan go on their 2022 tour. We've already decided where we're all going this year.
I'm going to Orleans next month.
Are you going to watch hockey?
I'll be watching football there. I do a Miami Dolphins road trip every single year. 2 years ago, I did Dallas, and I saw them against the Cowboys. This year, I'm seeing them against the Saints on Monday Night Football.
Nice.
So, yeah. And it's a primetime game, so I have all day to just,
That's all that matters, honestly. Bring it on.
And my Airbnb is like literally across the street from the Superdome. I'm beyond excited.
Guys, what a lit life. Shan, are we going to Boston around Christmas still?
I mean, I live there, so
That's
I
true.
will be going.
They're playing the Penguins on the 27th.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
We will be there. What are you looking at?
Or Twitter.
Oh, you look so focused.
I am trying to get us them viewers.
I was at opening night, Panthers and Penguins. I was at that game, Megan.
Oh, that's so fun. Wait,
the
Lightning Penguins?
No, Panthers Penguins. Just 2 days. Panthers opening night was against the Penguins, but that
I was like, wait,
Pens
Pens were an actual opening night against the Lightning.
Yeah, but that was the Panthers opening night. They didn't. Their opening night was like 2 days after like everyone else.
Which is so bizarre to me. Like
the
way hockey schedules is just so much.
Well, you could be the Bruins who had to wait until Saturday to play against the Stars. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, and that's when everyone was like 2-0, 3-0, and Shannon was like, the Bruins are undefeated too. They were 1-0.
It's still undefeated by definition.
Oh my gosh. Not
The
even
Bruins they've only played 15 games though, and everybody else has played like 19, and they don't play for 3 more days. I don't know who made their schedule. Like,
Shannon, you're the only person who has more points than me so far this week. Oh no, there's one more. Oh my god, Neil, what the fuck? I know you're stage. We'll get to that.
I'm looking up when
Neil
both
has 74 points already.
I'm looking at both when the Pens and the Bruins will be in Florida.
Yeah,
next.
figure it out. And if it's sometime in 2022, tell us and we'll come to Florida.
All right, the Penguins, their next matchup will be March 8th in Florida. Bruins are a division rival, so they'll come one more time. Hold on, I'm looking this up. March 8th for the Penguins.
Peter, thanks for joining. Guys, if you're new with us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are less than 250 away from the 1,000 mark, and we are going to get there if it kills us.
Aaron, your birthday's in 10 days. It's so exciting. Oh, I also meant to follow you back on Insta. I always forget. I'm so bad at this.
Oh, yeah. Also, check us out on social media now that we're in intermission.
Yeah, we're on the internet. Look at it.
Thank you. I couldn't find it.
I got it. Because it was all the way at the bottom because someone deleted us.
Actually, the Bruins have finished.
Thank you, Peter.
To Florida.
What?
The Bruins have finished all their trips to Florida. They only have one this year, which already happened, and that was the same exact game where Kyle Beach came out and admitted that he was John Doe 1.
Oh.
And then a few hours later, it was Coach Q behind the bench after.
Yep,
yeah, that was a eventful day.
Oh my God, Aaron,
I'm not even doing that well this week, man.
F1. Ah, responding.
Wait, the stupid app told me Carter Hart wasn't starting.
What? Did you not play him?
No.
That sucks. I played Jari tonight, and I was really nervous, but now I'm okay with it because we're in the positives. But guys, don't worry. If you guys do fantasy hockey, you're gonna want to stay tuned for when our next guest comes on because, like, damn, he's doing something right this week, and he's smirking from our backstage. So we'll get there. Don't you worry, friends. Oh, okay, Armando, give us a score prediction for tonight.
You know, the Panthers haven't lost at home, and I don't think tonight is the night that they lose at home. I'm going to say 3-2 final for the Cats, and it'll be in overtime, 3-on-3. And I'm going to guess Jonathan Huberdeau is going to get the goal. So for the Cats. So
Well,
you'd be predicting 2 more goals, so he would have 1 or both.
1. I think the other goal will be maybe Patrick Hornquist right in front of the net because he's always right in front of the crease, bouncing pucks off himself. So he always finds a way.
That would be a great call because I have him on my roster tonight.
That's a good guess. Because sometimes sometimes people think Patrick Hornquist is done, and then he just finds a way to like find those what they call greasy goals.
Hey,
so
he can still do something with his life.
Absolutely.
He did not. Well, maybe he did. I was gonna say he may have left his prime, but he's still a contender.
Absolutely. And that trade with the Penguins for Mike Matheson, it's worked out great for both teams. Now Mike Matheson is a first-line defenseman with Crystal Tang last time I checked. So it's been a good situation for both teams, for sure.
For sure. All these new Penguins are doing better than the core. We need to get rid of this fucking core.
Jake, thanks for joining. Or Jack, I'm so sorry. My contacts are so dry.
Wow,
thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and let us know who you're rooting for tonight, even if it's not in this game. We can chat about other teams. Megan and I's first teams are not either of these. We just love to chat hockey.
Are both of our teams playing tonight, though?
No, the Bruins are not playing tonight.
Oh.
I told you, they're not playing for 3 days. I don't know who made their freaking schedule.
That's weird. Guys, another fun fact is that I can't even watch this game, so we're doing great.
Are you watching the Penguins game then?
I'm not watching anything because my iPad won't turn on.
Oh.
Canes? Okay, Jack. So you're in contention with the Panthers for that top of the league spot right
That's
now.
a late game. That's a 10 o'clock game tonight. Oof.
I'm staying up for
Actually,
that.
I will be up because the Patriots are on, but on a normal day, I wouldn't be up.
I'm so intrigued by that game because of how well Anaheim's doing that I want to. I don't see the Ducks live often because I live in the East Coast and I'm usually in bed by like 10.
On the late days, I'm in bed by 10.
Yeah.
Jack is
So-
hashtag team no sleep. That's like me earlier this week. I think between Monday and Wednesday, I got a total of 9 hours of sleep, and we're on the struggle bus, guys.
Don't go to grad school, folks.
Yeah, don't, because apparently finals are due 2 weeks before school ends. Who knew?
I already requested the whole week off of work during the first Panthers road trip out west. So
That's
awesome.
so smart.
I want to try and get a game out west when I'm out for Coachella, and like hopefully, because I extended my trip in LA and then I'm gonna be in San Diego for a few days after, and I feel like that could be exciting.
Selector boy, who are your first two favorites? Just remind me. Honestly, I really like the Devils too. Like, if I were to name a top three, it would be the Bruins, the Devils, and the Panthers. Megan can say that last year I went so deep into the Devils soapbox that like I can't abandon them.
Like,
I'll tell you what my favorite team to watch is right now, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs, or they'll probably be a bubble team. But I really like the Red Wings.
They look so good. What's his name?
Lucas Raymond.
Raymond. I was going to say Robertson. I knew that was wrong. He looks incredible.
they're playing Vegas tonight.
Moritz Seider as well.
And Vegas does not look good because they just lost.
Their records are one different. Like
their entire team is on IR.
no.
Mark Stone.
They just
Jack
lost
Eichel.
Marchessault too.
Oh, Marchessault, former Panther.
I know that because he's on my fantasy team, and I had to make some swift adjustments.
Carlson. Wait,
I
is
really
he
like
off
the Red
the-
Wings.
Oh, now he's just
So is
Carlson.
Pacioretty's still on injured reserve too, isn't he?
I believe
Is
so.
he? I don't know. Guys, that's so true. Why is their entire team on the IR right now?
Like, I'm not saying that they're not good, like built wise, but they don't have anything. Oh, Gensel just scored. So is
Yeah, did he?
There's one other person
Fuck
that's on my
yeah.
fantasy team that's on IR
Oh,
from
You're
Vegas.
also on my roster. Neil, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, Lucas Raymond's a solid player. Yeah, some of the rookies this year are surprising in terms of who's playing well and who's not.
I'm glad
Let's
I'm
talk.
not.
Let's talk quickly about the Habs. Like, I know they lost a lot.
I
in the
drafted
offseason.
what's his name, Cole Caulfield, and I had to drop him because he's literally.
He just got called back up.
Absolutely nothing.
Neil's reaction in our.
He just got called back up.
I'm
Did
not
you
gonna
see?
pick him up again.
Yeah.
To do what?
No,
Like,
no reason to. But did you see how their AHL affiliate, Toronto's AHL affiliate, 5-1 lead yesterday, and they lost to the Canadians affiliate, the Laval Rocket? Do you see that?
No.
It must be so ingrained in their system to blow leads.
I was gonna say that's so disappointing.
That's so.
Wait, guys,
Such a one-hit wonder. I almost feel bad.
the person who had first assist for Gensel's goal is also on my roster, so I get double points.
Guys, I see a few more of you just joined. We are in first INT for Florida, New Jersey. It's tied 1-1. We are talking about the woes of the Montreal Canadiens as they start this season rough after what
So
was a
rough.
Stanley Cup final run. We will see if they can turn it around, but I am not hopeful.
The
for
answer
them.
is no.
Carey Price,
Sure
even though
you-
Carey Price isn't back neither. So I mean,
He's
I
close
don't
to
know.
coming back, though. He started practicing.
yeah, he started practicing, but I don't know if he can even dig out of the hole that they're in. Like,
I
They
mean,
lost
for
so
$10
much
million,
from that
you
run.
better hope he can.
I compare Carey Price's term and his age a lot to Sergei Bobrovsky, and man, like, not to segue a little bit to the Panthers. I mean, Sergei Bobrovsky, like, I was very doubtful about how he'll play like on that contract, and holy crap, like, he has turned it around for sure. And now he's actually looking like a $10 million goalie. I mean, Carey Price looked like it last year in the playoffs after a okay regular season. But man, $10 million goalies.
I don't fully have the faith that you sound like you have in him.
In Bobrovsky?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so far so good. That's my mentality. So far so good. And I think here's what I think his mindset is. He's off of social media, number one. Number two, he saw that Spencer Knight was the last goalie standing in the playoffs last year. So he went into this offseason motivated. So the fact that his goals against average is under 2 with this start, he became a dad. You never know what kind of motivation that could bring to a goalie.
That's true. Guys, we are about to wrap up the first intermission. It looks like the players are about to skate out. We're wrapping up Valley Sports' last few comments. One good statistic that I just saw is that Florida has 11 hits to New Jersey's 5. So it's not as if they're not playing physically. New Jersey is just rifling off these shots with 21 saved by Spencer Knight right now. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep up that save momentum or if these are quality shots. Quite honestly, we can't say they're all quality shots either.
I would say, honestly, good for him. I was really hopeful that he wasn't going to have, the Carter Hart, bed shit at the end.
Well, he didn't play a full season.
Right. But
he only played 4 regular season games before the playoffs because he was just in the NCAA tournament before that.
But I mean, it is important to note that this is a full 82-game season, whereas the NHL is not used to playing a full game or a full season, in the last 2 because of COVID-19. So it'll be interesting to see not only how rookies react, but how any player reacts to that type of durability issue.
Yeah, and Bobrovsky was out for a full week before and Spencer Knight started for an entire week before tonight's game. Spencer Knight hadn't started since actually the last game they faced against the Devils. Bobrovsky started the last 2 of the road trip against Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. So this was a good opportunity for Spencer Knight to get his head right because he went on a little bit of a skid himself. Bobrovsky got injured on the Thursday. I think it was November 11th against Washington. Exited after the first period. After that, Washington scored 3 unanswered to bring it to overtime. The Florida Panthers ended up winning that game in overtime. Spencer Knight played in their game against Carolina. They won 5-2 without Bobrovsky, no Barkov. But then it was a rough road trip for Spencer Knight. He got a little bit of a week's rest for him, and he's 20 years old. I tell people he's 20 years old, so he's gonna go through his lumps. And he skipped the AHL. He hasn't played a single AHL game. He went straight from BC, signed his ELC, and went straight to playing in the NHL. So I think this lump for Spencer Knight is good for him. I think it really is, and I think he's gonna learn a lot from it, and he's gonna bounce back. And we know goalies take a long time to develop. I mean,
look at Tristan Jarry. He still sucks.
Well, I mean, Tristan Jarry is still young, but yes, he's had multiple seasons. I wasn't about to write off Carter Hart last year just because he had one slump here, and he's playing great this year. I mean, granted, he has a much better defense in front of him, but he's playing great. The Flyers are much more reliable than they were last year. So do the Penguins have a reformed defense? No. Is it Tristan Jarry's fault or is it the defense's fault? I think it's a good split.
A little bit of both.
Who has more of the fault? I'm not sure.
I'm going with Tristan Jarry, but okay. That said, intermission is just about over. Armando, tell everyone where they can find you on social and where they can catch your pod.
They can follow me personally on Twitter at MondoMan12, and they can follow the show account at LO_FLA Panthers. Follow my show Locked on Panthers anywhere they listen to podcasts. And give me a follow and follow my Panthers content. I'm always tweeting about this team. Of course, I'm a diehard fan of this team, but I'm in the weeds of it 24/7 about it. Just literally everything Panthers. So if you want things related to the Panthers, I'm your guy.
100%. Guys, you can also find him on our social. We'll tag him in a post. So you can
he's already
watch
tagged,
that
don't you
Panthers
worry.
content. Amazing. I'm sure this will not be the last we see of you this season. Hopefully down in Florida, right, Shan?
Yes.
Heck
Let
yeah.
me know. Let me know.
You have
We'll
a
make it
killer
happen.
night. Guys, time to switch teams. We are switching modes here. And I'm just going to preface this because he's got a giant smirk on his face. He currently is leading this week in fantasy hockey. I really hope you're the one who one day will beat Shannon, other than myself.
No fucking way.
But guys, let's bring in the Devils man himself. Neil, what's up?
Hello, ladies. How are you today?
We're just living.
Oh, I can tell. I can definitely tell that. So I'm assuming that you guys are watching this game via stream, or at least one of you is.
ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay. So I'm probably ahead of you. So.
But you're probably on par with the goal horn.
Yes, I am probably on par with it. I'm probably on par, but yeah, I'm currently 53 points ahead this week, so I'm off to a good start. I'm off to just a good week in general, picking up Raymond, Mercer, got Bobrovsky, and Campbell continuing to do well. I really can't complain.
You're just living the good life here.
I am. I very much am, and so far I've been for the most part, enjoying this Devils season, and particularly the start of this game. 22 shots on goal. I don't even remember the last time the Devils had 22 shots on goal in one period. That is, I don't know who this team is, but I hope they never change.
Yeah, you guys are coming out like guns blazing this season. Just like being like, we're contenders. What's up?
Well, that's the attitude that our general manager, Tom Fitzgerald, brought in. He wanted this team to be competitive in games in March and April. And with the acquisitions that we made and the additions that we made to this team, we made it very, very clear that this is a team that no longer is going to be a pushover, that we're going to be competitive. We are going to find ways to, win games that we're not supposed to and make it very, very tough to face us. And we sent a message last week playing this same Florida team by putting up 7 on them. Granted, it was at home, but still 7 goals on national TV, whether it's ESPN Plus or ESPN, it's regardless. We sent a message, and we've been very, very competitive. And the only problem is that we play in the toughest division in the NHL, and that's the Metropolitan Division. And that's going to be the hardest thing. That's just going to be.
I think Shannon would fight you on that point.
I mean, I think in other divisions, maybe not the Atlantic per se, but in other divisions, I think the Devils would be a little bit higher up in the standings, considering how they've played so far this year. But what are you going to do? You have to find a way to get points, in particular against your divisional opponents, and so far we've been able to do that for the most part, which is going to be needed, towards the end of the year.
Yeah. Sorry, Aaron is messaging me about F1 right now, so I'm getting very distracted.
Neil, what do you think about the shot count right now?
To be honest with you, and Shannon, you brought this up before, which I agree with, is that not only are there a lot of shots on goal for the Devils, but a lot of them are point blank. They're really good, high opportunity shots, and that's kind of the difference here. You could have like 50 plus shots on goal, but if a lot of those are just, small shots or not very powerful shots that are not creating a whole lot, it's not going to really matter. So the Devils have definitely come out with a mission to want to really take advantage of this defense of the Panthers, which has been lacking a little bit of late. And also the fact that the Devils were supposed to play on Tuesday, but because of the COVID outbreak with the Ottawa Senators, they haven't played since Sunday. So this is a team that has wanted to get back on the ice and wanted to play, just play a game. And they're very excited to do so because you have Florida tonight, and then on Saturday, you're taking on the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions. These are 2 massively important games for this team, for a very young Devils team on the road.
That's a really hard road trip, and I'm glad you brought that up. Keenan, thanks for joining us. I believe you're new with us. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more NHL content. Does Rask go back to Boston? That is a really good question because at the beginning of the season, I would have said no. So Don Sweeney was really, really high on Linus Ullmark at the beginning of the season. They paid him, I believe, $5 million in the offseason, which was pretty – or I'm sorry. It might not have been that high, but it was for 5 years. And that was,
I think it was like 4.5.
yeah, it was, but it was on the higher end of what was a pretty low goaltender market. And so it looked a little odd. Everyone just said, his numbers weren't as great as they could have been because he was with Buffalo, whatever. He is not playing well. Jeremy Swayman's playing fine for a rookie. I mean, it's not anything that I should be starstruck about, but Ullmark is not hitting the mark for what his price tag is. We know what Tuukka Rask is. We know what he'll come back as. Granted, he had a major hip surgery, so maybe he won't.
Dang it. All right.
Rask is also going to come back for maximum 2 years. Oh.
Well, that's lame. That was a lame goal.
Okay, so I'm assuming Florida scored.
So yeah, Florida scored. I think it's Lundstrom. I believe that's who it is, 27, or I cannot pronounce his name. It was a situation where it was just kind of a scramble in front of the net. Blackwood made the original stop, but then went right through the 5-hole and in. So the Florida Panthers have just taken the lead. And this is what's very frustrating is that the Devils played arguably their best period of the entire season, and we had one goal and the game was tied. And now the Panthers have taken the lead, which is frustrating, but there's still a lot of hockey left to play. So, it is what it is.
It's just been confirmed that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson
No, they did that earlier today. I saw it at like 4.
dating.
It nauseates me. I can't talk about
There's
it.
no more hope for the rest of us.
That's so disgusting. I can't discuss it. Celestian, I'm so sorry for pronounced that wrong. Who's gonna win? That's a great question because, like Neil just said, the Devils are playing one of their best games of the season right now, and their shot count does not accurately reflect the score. Granted, Spencer Knight is having a fantastic game, but we can't undercut the Devils here and how they're playing.
It's a bounce back game for Knight. He needed it. I mean, you look at the last couple of games he had played, one of them against the Devils, and he was going through a tough time, and Bobrovsky had to come in and play well, which he certainly has been playing well, and that's been good for my fantasy team, so I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, he definitely has had a little bit of rough spot, which is, look, he's still very young. This is technically his first full season, as you guys mentioned, in the NHL. So he's going to go through his ups and downs. But so far tonight, he's been tested a lot and has made a lot of really good saves, as he just made another one just now. The other thing that I really like about Knight, he's so confident when it comes to playing the puck. He's just not afraid to play the puck at all, even if it seems like it could be somewhat of a risk. A lot of the time it works out for him. But yeah, I mean, I'm frustrated because this is one of those games where it feels like the Devils have been the better team, but they're facing a goaltender who's just having a big time night, and that's going to happen sometimes. And Jonathan Huberdeau just scored. So now it's 3-1. So
see, I'm pretty caught up here. I know what's happening.
See this, and this is what I'm talking about. And you know what it is? And I've talked about this several times on my podcast. When you give up a goal within the final 2 minutes of a period, that gives the other team way a huge amount of momentum going into the next 20 minutes. And you look at Florida, 4.5 minutes into the period, they've scored twice because they have the momentum and they have the confidence, and the Devils are just playing back. And that's really what's frustrating about it, that the Devils had 22 shots on goal and had 1 goal to show for it, and they weren't even winning the period. They ended up giving up a late goal at the end, which is frustrating. And it actually looks like the Devils might be challenging this Huberdeau goal for potentially offsides. I'm not sure. They were talking.
It looks like offsides.
Yeah, Wes McCauley is going to – oh, wow, we have Wes McCauley for this game, which is going to be great. So, yeah, the Devils are going to challenge this. This would be a huge momentum shift if the Devils can win this challenge. And I feel like Lindy Ruff wouldn't make this decision if it wasn't relatively obvious that Huberdeau was offsides. Which, I mean, if he scored, that's good for my fantasy team, not good for the Devils. So there's that. Oh, he's definitely offsides. Oh, this should definitely be called back. He was when he got the puck. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Oh, both of his skates were beyond the blue line when he got that puck. These should be. I think that's offsides. I'm hoping. So hopefully this stays 2-1, which would be massive. But yeah, no. I mean, I like the way the Devils have started off the season. And again, we're facing a lot of adversity with guys like Jack Hughes, Miles Wood out of the lineup. Miles Wood's going to be out long term. Jack Hughes, we're hoping within the next 2 or 3 weeks he has an opportunity to come back and hopefully start playing because he was off to such a great start to this year. But it's good that we have other guys like Dawson Mercer, Pavel Zaka, Andreas Johnson, guys like that have stepped up and have made big-time plays. Dougie Hamilton as well has been everything that he's been advertised and more. And we've gotten strong goaltending from both Jonathan Bernier and Mackenzie Blackwood, and that's what's kept us in a lot of these games that maybe in other years we probably wouldn't find a way to win. So that's kind of the hope, and the hope is that it continues moving forward because we're going to need to find a way to win a lot of these close games if we're going to have any shot of making the playoffs. And he is totally offsides. I don't know how you don't say he's offsides. I would be stunned if they call this.
Cause bitches, that's how.
Oh, that
over this shit.
Yes, I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. It's that frustrating. So
frustrating moment.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Guys, I'm really trying to watch this game. I swear to God.
Are you watching on your phone now? Are you like is that what it's come to?
No. So my only option right now is MSG.
Fun.
But when I click to try to log into my parents' cable, we have the same provider, so it assumes it's my Wi-Fi, which I obviously don't have cable.
Right.
So, but I can't find Xfinity on there to log into the beach house Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working on it. We're trying our best.
And they called it a good goal. That is a load of garbage. That is a load of garbage. And so now, not only is it 3-1, but the Devils now go to the penalty kill. So, oh God.
Is that the rule here of like when you lose it?
Yeah, that's the rule now in the NHL that if you challenge the call and you don't get any and you're unsuccessful, you take a penalty for delay of game. So that's why coaches are a lot less confident about doing this because they know that if they don't get it right, their team goes to the penalty kill. So it's 3-1, and now the Panthers will go on the power play. So that is just a tough break. This has been for all the good that happened in that first period, everything has gone completely wrong in this second period, which is very frustrating. So
I was gonna say you had such a smile on your face during the first period.
I was pleasantly surprised by how we came out and we scored the first goal. We were looking like we had the opportunity to score several other times, but Knight made some good saves, and then the Panthers score a goal late in the period with 6 seconds left, and they grabbed all the momentum, and it's solely with the Panthers right now. So it's a tale of two periods basically so far in this one.
That's sad.
But my fantasy team is improving because Huberdeau scored. So there we go.
I was gonna say I'm crushing it in fantasy.
Please don't give up another goal. Let's not go now 4-1 in the freaking second period. Let's find a way to come back in this. It'd be great if we can come back.
It can happen.
Well, we've done it before already this year, so I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. But
guys, who is Xfinity partnered with?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I have FiOS, so that's what I deal with.
It's Comcast Xfinity. Yeah, I have FiOS too. But when I click the don't want to provider, click here, then just fail.
I guess it's not cooperating that much.
Yeah, it doesn't want to play.
Gotta love technology when you need it the most. Always comes through.
Well, you know what? I want to watch a different game.
Fair enough.
Guys, what should I watch?
Didn't you say the Penguins are playing tonight?
Yeah, you're right. I'm obviously going to watch that game.
But I was going to say that would make probably the most amount of sense.
You're not wrong. ESPN Plus.
But shots are 8-3 in favor of the Panthers in this period. So again, it's like the complete polar opposite. It's the exact opposite.
It's just crazy to me that they're getting that many shots off.
Who,
Did
Florida?
you that by yourself, Tom?
Yeah.
Buddha has welcomed himself to the stream.
Hi, Buddha.
Come here, sweetheart. Let me see your swollen face.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Let's not give up another goal, please. Just kill off the last 10 seconds, please.
How did the Penguins only have 17 shots? This is great. I love it.
What period is it? The second period?
Yep.
Hello.
They're only 3 minutes in.
17 seems like a decent amount for the second period.
You're not getting the
Yeah,
left
they're
of
only 3 minutes in.
Okay. Well, who are they playing?
Montreal.
Montreal. Oh. They should have some success unless they're facing Caden Primo, who actually looked pretty good on Tuesday against the Rangers. Surprisingly. But
Should I drop Caulfield in fantasy? Yes.
yes, I think you should.
100%.
Yeah, Keen and I had to do the same thing.
I think you should absolutely do that.
See, you have 3 hockey professionals. We'll call ourselves professionals. 3 hockey professionals' opinions. The answer is yes.
I just picked up Ben Chariot off of waivers today, so it was. I don't know why he was there, but he's there. But he was there, so I just.
Or at least you tried to pick him up.
Well, I lost the defenseman Chernak from Tampa due to injury, so I needed to find a replacement for him. So that was pretty much the reasoning as to why I did that. But yeah, right now it feels like the Panthers are on a continuous power play, even though it's not, because the Devils.
I was going to say, even though you're 100% not.
And I've seen this type of hockey from the Devils before, so that's where I just get very frustrated, because it's the type of hockey that I just wish the Devils would get rid of, because I've seen it too much in my life and it needs to stop. And I mean, to be fair, Florida is a very good hockey team. They are one of the best. What a save by Blackwood. That was a good save. We needed that.
Wait, guys, want to know what I wanted to talk about? And I forgot to bring it up earlier. Not that it matters when I bring it up. But
He opened the door himself.
the hit from Crosby in the Caps game, crazy.
Has he just gotten to that point now where he's just so sick and tired of dealing with crap that he just had to
He's
let
so
it out?
over it that he's just like, I'm going to fuck up every single person and no one's going to do anything about it.
Well, I mean, and it's Crosby, so he'll probably get away with a lot of it.
For sure.
I mean, he will. I mean, he could just lay out somebody, and even if it's definitely a penalty, they won't call it. So,
Buddha, you're not a lapdog, right? Just making sure. Cool.
No, he's not. He's not really aware.
Has no clue.
Doesn't appear to be, no.
There's no thought there. Oh, damn, guys. On the bright side, the Pens look actually pretty good. Not Tristan Jarry, because he sucks, but
Don't worry, they'll pick up Marc-Andre Fleury at the deadline again.
honestly, I hope so.
Honestly, I think, see, when you look at Chicago, yes, they've been playing much better of late. They've won a couple games. They've looked better. Fleury's looked better. But I just think that they've dug themselves too far down for them to come back and really make a run at anything. So I think once we get to the deadline or pretty close to it, I wouldn't be surprised if Fleury got dealt to the Penguins, especially if the Penguins are in a playoff position. Like if they're in a position where they're going to make the playoffs,
Will they be?
getting Fleury back, I think, would be a very, very good idea for them. Especially now that the Red Sox own them, which is throwing me off. Actually, to be more specific, LeBron James owns the Pittsburgh Penguins now.
What a way to put it.
Well, I mean, he does own a percentage of the Red Sox. So,
Which I hate.
So,
Fenway Group has no state of teams they want to buy though. Like the Red Sox, Liverpool, and the Penguins have literally nothing in common.
It's just so businessy for them. It just pisses me off.
Well, it's just that look, at the end of the day, these guys are businessmen. They just want to continue to have as many assets as possible, and so
that's what bothers me.
So my question is simply this: I didn't even know the Penguins were for sale.
Well, you kept a portion of them.
I was like, I don't think they were. I think it was like we approached them as an opportunity.
So I mean, I'm trying to think: is Fenway Sports Group are they like the full owners of this
They're
team?
the majority owners, but they're not. They're not.
Buffalo Lemieux will still hold on to a minority share.
And it's 4-1. And I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's not true until the light goes off, Neil.
It already went off.
It went off
But
as they
he said it
scored.
before the light went
Well,
off.
I was like,
It went off as they scored, so I mean, it was pretty accurate.
I'd say it's pretty spot on, right?
So, and that was Anthony Duclair that time. And
I've
You
seen
guys
it.
want to know what's really exciting here is that I'm playing against Alex this week, and he has the Florida goalie on his bench. Oh, no, just kidding. He has
he has
Barkov.
Knight on the bench.
Just kidding. He had Barkov. No,
He's Barkov.
I just saw zeros next to
Yep.
FLA. and
Yeah, I knew this was coming. So it looks like Blackwood's going to get pulled. Yep, they're putting in Jonathan Bernier now. That sucks.
Wow, what a shame.
So for all the good that happened in the first period, it's gone completely wrong here in the second. So
At least Jari has.
Yeah, guys, let us know how you're feeling about the turn of this game. Obviously, Neil is displeased. I'm not even sure who to blame in this blunder.
No. Here's the thing. This is not a situation where you can point at one guy or, a bunch of guys for why this has happened. It's the simple case of the Devils made one mistake at the end of the first period where they backed off and let I forgot who scored the first. I think it was Verhaeghe that scored the first goal. They backed off and let him take a shot. He took a shot from and went far side and hit the post and went in. And ever since that point, it's been all Florida. And that's what you could say is what to blame for. Other than that, it doesn't really look like the Devils are playing poorly. It just, I think, with the amount of goals that have come in quick succession, it's just kind of stunned the Devils to the point where they can't react in time. There's now an opportunity. Oh, VZ, come on, please. And he whiffed it. That's great. So yeah, look, you're facing one of the best teams in the NHL. I mean, you did beat them, and you beat them pretty badly, and Florida wanted revenge, and so far they've certainly done that here in this second period. So, I mean, it's...
Guys, no game is over till it's over.
God, don't Megan and I know it. The first 3 weeks of the playoffs, we were on overtime for I probably lost 2 days of my life watching overtime.
Can't do it.
And granted, I love spending time with you all. I really do. But I needed maybe 10 less overtime games.
I needed maybe a little sleep. Just a little. It's not asking for a lot. Sweet mother of pearl.
Neil, can you compare the Prudential Center attendance to this attendance right now? Because I'm just flabbergasted at how little people are at this game.
The Devils' attendance is better than Florida's. Not by a whole lot, but it is a decent amount. The Devils have usually been not really a low-tier attendance. They've usually been middle of the pack when it comes to overall attendance. Okay. I would definitely say that the Devil, if this game was at the Prudential Center, there you would see a lot more fans, particularly in ice level because.
Well, that's what I'm surprised. Nosebleeds are one thing, but ice level, there's that many seats available.
Yeah, I just, to me, and I don't want to say you can't get hockey interesting in Florida, which has already been proven that that's not true because, look at Tampa. I just think that because of the fact that the Panthers play in Sunrise, they don't even play in Miami, I think is what hurts them. I think that there are a lot of people that are closer to South Beach and in Miami that couldn't potentially be hockey fans that you're not getting. And I think that what would be great if it was possible is that if you could convert, what's it called? The United Airlines Arena that's in Miami where the Heat play. If you could somehow convert that into also a place to play hockey, I feel like being in downtown Miami, it would give them a better opportunity to build a fellowship and actually bring more excitement, especially in a year like this year where Florida is one of the better teams in the NHL.
Oh, no, I mean, I completely agree because I know I toured University of Tampa when I was looking at colleges, and one of their biggest sells is that they're minutes away from all of their stadiums, walking distance from all their stadiums. And that's not something that Miami can say because it's all really, really spread out, which, it's not the end of the world if it's accessible. But if 3 of them are accessible and one of them's not, they're going to be the odd man out.
Well, I mean, you have 2 options. you have two options when it comes to going to any of the sporting events in Miami. It's either, well, you got three. You walk if you're close enough, you drive, or you take a bus. I mean, that's basically what you have there. And again, there's all three of these stadiums are separated by a lot. You look at where the Heat play, they're separated by many miles from where the Marlins play. Like, and then
Is there not like Uber you can take to Sunrise?
I'm assuming you can. That's kind of
I'm sure
that's what I meant by you could drive, like you could take a car.
Well, yeah, it's like going to, so in DC, the Washington football team plays in Landover.
Right.
Which is a good 45 minutes away. If you're in Virginia, it's a good hour or so.
Right.
But like if you take an Uber, it's like $50 to get there. Never mind if you want to go home. It's like $200 to go home.
Yeah, it's much worse if you want to get back.
There's no accessible metro for you to take either.
And think about how much of a pain in the ass it is if you are living in downtown Miami and you're like, oh, I want to go to a Panthers game, and you get an Uber that has to take you all the way out to Sunrise.
Oh, it's the same problem with the Patriots too, where I grew up 5 minutes away from where the Patriots play, but everybody from Boston or anywhere else in Massachusetts that wants to go to a game and it's in the middle of nowhere, Foxborough, like it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So that's to answer your question. Yeah, I mean the Devils probably have better attendance. I've never I have driven past Sunrise. I've never been.
Guys, they have the game.
Panthers here. Oh, there you go. There you go.
I got the Patriots game and this game in the time it took you to go on.
Right. The Patriots are playing
Atlanta. It's about to. I'm watching kickoff right now.
I'm sure they've already mentioned 28-3 about 5 times.
Oh, I didn't even think of it actually. It's on mute, but
no, I'm sure they have. But
I mean, it's not Brady though, so it's not. It doesn't necessarily matter as much.
It's true. You know the thing, like I'm excited for Saturday because I'm actually doing a live watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel for that game, Devils versus Lightning. So that'll be fun.
A cool game.
Yeah.
What time is it at?
What's up?
What time is it at?
4:00. So it's middle of the day, which is fine. But the first thing I'm going to watch, it's going to piss off Meg, is I'm going to watch Rutgers beat Penn State at Happy Valley at 12:00. Yep. Yeah, I said it. I went there.
Megan's like, I'm sorry. What time is it?
Well, Meg knows that I'm a big Rutgers fan. Like we've talked about it before.
You'd ask
we were going to go to that game and we didn't go because we did not think it was going to be a good game at all.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I still don't think it's going to be a good game.
All right, guys.
The only thing I care about is that if Rutgers wins, they're just bowl eligible. That's all I care about. Just need one more win. That's all I care about. And I just want to beat Penn State in Happy Valley just once.
Look, so did I.
You're not gonna. You don't even belong in the Big Ten.
Neil, I really wanted to beat Penn State in Happy Valley too, but I accepted time off.
That's true. By the way, the shots are 18-4 Florida in the second period. So like I said,
I was about to say, what do you think about
the entire season?
The Devils have 22 shots in the first period and 4 in the second.
That's what I'm saying. That goal given up at the end of the period killed everything. It just completely flipped.
It reminds me a lot. The Bruins play absolutely horrendous in the second period, and they're fun. They're good in the first period, and they're hit or miss in the third period, depending on how badly the second period momentum hits them. But it's that second period momentum, man. Like
I noticed that a lot when the Devils played the Bruins last weekend. That second period, they gave up a late goal to the Devils, make it 3-2.
They're awful. They're horrendous in the second period.
For the first 6 minutes, 6, 7, whatever it was minutes of that third period, the Devils came out, and were dominating, and then the Bruins got one opportunity going the other way.
As soon as they get one, they're fine. But if they don't get one, they're screwed. It's literally been a problem up there since the 2011 Stanley Cup. For over a decade, they have not been able to do anything about their second period play. It's astonishing. They have a new coach. They have a new captain. Yeah. They have almost entirely a new roster, except for Bergeron and Marchand and Tuukka Rask.
And I will just say this: say what you want about Marchand being, a pest and everything like that, which obviously annoys the crap out of a lot of people, but he's just
I
a
love it.
damn good hockey player. Like
He is. He's
overall
in the
skill,
top 3 for best left wings right now. Like,
he's so
if not
good.
the best.
I'm like watching him against the Devils.
Yeah!
Like he's so impressed.
It's got to be a Penguins goal because the goal didn't light up.
I'm assuming the Penguins scored. That was my guess.
But yeah, I completely agree, Neil. Like, look, I know Marchand play, like, he does still piss people off, but he doesn't play the dirty way he used to play, typically. And when he does, Bergeron and him have an incredible relationship where when he starts to play like a dirtbag, Bergeron will go over and be like, get your shit together. And he'll get back to the skill, which I think is incredible.
I think the only time you'll see Marchand at this point like act like that is that if like the Bruins are up by like a handful of goals late in the game and it just
it's usually if someone's really getting to him, he'll start to press the buttons, and Bergeron and Sweeney will both go up to him and be like, you have the skill to outplay them. You don't need to, slash them.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're acting like that and you don't have anything else to bring to the table. Like that's the thing about
like Tom Wilson.
Like Tom Wilson. Well, I mean, I think Tom Wilson has some skill.
He is a talented player. He's just not talented enough to play the way he does.
I just saw, by the way, apparently Hockey Canada called him and asked him if he was interested in going to the Olympics, which I actually would love to see a guy like Tom Wilson at the Olympics. I think
interesting.
I think that would be hilarious.
Hey, if they're looking for an enforcer,
I will caveat, as someone who lives, will you stop licking the microphone, please? As someone who lives in DC and is like exposed to his community behavior a lot, he is actually a huge pillar in the community because he does a ton of outreach and advocacy. So if you're not looking at his bad hits, like him playing for Canada is actually not that bad because I know that a lot of the Olympic play and the national play is how you're represented in the community.
Right.
So.
Wow, couldn't even use your power play. Neil, what time?
Oh, what's wrong, buddy?
I'm sorry?
What's the timestamp on the game for you?
6:10.
Okay, I'm only 8 seconds behind you.
You're only a couple seconds behind.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a very frustrating second period. At this point, this is one of those games.
It's not even over.
No, what I was going to say is that at this point, all I want to see this team do is just compete. Just find a way to, get it going again. And even if you don't win this game, try to finish the game on a high note. Finish it by coming out, guns blazing, put the puck on net, and just go from there. Who holds the NHL record for shootout goals by defenseman Chris Letang with 25?
Really?
Okay.
I freaking hate Chris Letang.
I thought it was Ray Bork. I swear I thought it was Ray Bork. And he's like, no.
Do you like any players I'm a fan of?
Megan, why do you like Chris Letang? He's literally like a paper crane. He breaks every 5 seconds.
He has become very injury prone as he's gotten older, but that comes with age.
He's been like it since they won the cup in, 2014?
17, 16, whatever it was.
17.
You won back-to-back. So was it 2015, 2016?
It was 2015, 2016, and then 16, 17, I think.
Yeah.
And Shenny, you were talking about the hits, in this game with Florida. They're out hitting the Devils 24-9, which I think is also a pretty big factor in this game. I think the physicality has definitely, thrown the Devils off. I think that's.
Yeah, I will say that the Panthers did a really good job building comparably to the Lightning in the sense that they have really skilled players, but they're also big players. They're not afraid to hit. They're guys like, I know Barkov's out, but guys like Barkov, guys like Duclair, guys like Ekblad, who are big but also really skilled and have no problem hitting someone. Whereas the Devils right now are pretty small.
That's a good interpretation. Like, again, our biggest guys are guys like Dougie Hamilton.
I was gonna say Dougie Hamilton's big, but he's scrawny.
Yeah, and Ryan Graves. I think Ryan Graves is probably the only guy you'd say he's tall and he's big.
PK Subban's kind of thick, but I don't think he's out there hitting anymore.
No, if he's hitting anybody, it's illegal and he's getting fined. So yeah. I mean, I'm at the point with Subban where it's just like.
I was shocked they didn't.
I can't wait till the season is over. I just can't wait till the season is over.
I'm not surprised that Seattle didn't take him. I'm shocked that they didn't find a way to dump his contract, though, in the offseason.
I'm not surprised because if you look at the amount of teams – now, granted, teams will say that they don't have cap space when they don't want to take on a
The
bad
Sabres
contract.
are quite literally happily accepting bad contracts. Like,
That was the thing. I think that was one of those things where Buffalo really didn't want PK because of the. I think it really has to do with, honestly, Shannon, I think it has to do with his personality. I really do. I think a lot, and that's the thing. I think that a lot of people don't like him for the way that he acts, especially.
that's completely fair. But
Especially
Dougie Hamilton, that's why I was surprised that Dougie Hamilton went to the Devils, because Dougie's had the same problem with two different teams.
Well, I read an article that Greg Wyshynski wrote. He did a one-on-one with Dougie Hamilton a couple weeks ago. And one of the biggest questions that he asked was that, why did you pick the Devils? And, obviously you could say like, oh, they also gave him the most amount of money, which is obvious. But he said that at the end of the day, he wanted to feel wanted. And he didn't feel that from a lot of the teams that he's played for. He always felt like that teams were happy to have him, but they didn't feel like that they wanted him long term. And so you look at like Carolina, did they really try everything possible to keep Dougie Hamilton? No.
They didn't try anything to keep anyone. They literally dumped so many guys they should have kept.
Well, they got rid of their young goaltender, Nedeljkovic, for no reason. There's no legitimate reason to me why they got rid of him. But Dougie Hamilton, he felt like he could come to New Jersey and he could just be accepted. Like that an organization wanted him, thought highly of him, and is going in the right direction. And that's kind of the big reason that he wanted to come here. And you could say, what you said, Shannon, before is actually why one of the reasons why I think Taylor Hall didn't want to stay in Jersey long term. I think because he didn't like Subban. This has been very obvious that Taylor Hall did not like Subban.
Well, yeah, because most of Subban's fighting goes to his own team.
And that's kind of the frustrating thing. Dawson Mercer, for the love of God, almost had a breakaway. That would have been well timed.
Anyone in my DMs, I'm so sorry if I'm not listening. But yes, the Penguins score is now 5-0, and I'm just living my best life.
5-0. Wow, jeez.
I'm not living my best life because I have a 65-pound dog that wants to cuddle me.
That looks like fun. I'm not really having a whole lot of fun either because the team is down 4-1.
At least you have one. The Canadians.
Yeah, and we did have a lead in this game, so you can kind of.
I didn't say you weren't down the whole time.
No, that's true. It's just, it is what it is. These games are going to happen, especially when this team is still
early.
Yeah, and now the shots are 32-31 in favor of Florida. So both teams have well over 30 shots now, which doesn't really surprise me. But, look, the Devils are still the second youngest team in the National Hockey League, even with the additions that we've made. And we have a lot of guys that are still learning to play the NHL game. And, they're growing. They're growing, and they're gonna have tough games like this. And it's about, to me, it's going to be about how do they respond to it. How do they respond to these type of situations? Good save by Bernier. So far, Jonathan Bernier has been very good since he got in, but again, he's coming into a tough situation. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I did get confirmations. Devils game against the Lightning will be at 4:00. I will be starting the live watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel at around 3:45.
Sweet. I'm busy at 5, but I'll hop in prior.
Absolutely. And if anybody wants to, you can just leave a comment, leave a like. We do a lot of these. I think we're in the middle of doing one right now, actually. We try to do at least one or two every day, as best as we can. And we have different guys in the network that do podcasts that are doing these games. And I've done a bunch. I just did one on Tuesday. It was Rangers Canadians, which was actually a really good game, a fight-filled night at the Garden, but it was a really good game.
I had so many friends who went to that game, and I just don't understand.
As well, yeah.
Like, I was like, y'all, what are you doing?
Well, my reaction to a lot of my friends being there was that you actually had the money to afford a ticket. Just like
my friends don't even like hockey.
That's just how it goes.
And I'm like, why was I not the invitation?
Dougie Hamilton just took a tripping penalty late in this period, so that's just not what you want. But
Shannon, how does Hamilton the Pig feel about this?
I don't know, man. I'm not very good in their fantasy hockey league. Oh my god, this desk is so hard.
Well, you're number 1 in ours, so.
I think I joined your guys' fantasy league like last minute. I think it was like last minute that I joined. I don't even remember.
Nah, you were in the first batch of invites.
Oh, okay. I think that was.
There were people who were last minute.
I'm in 3 different leagues, so I was just trying to remember like which one that I'm doing. So.
But I think for our league, I'm the next highest points tonight behind you, and it's still like a 30-point spread.
I'll take that.
Let's see what it is.
And this is just what I'm hoping for is just like I said, like the rest of this game, the Devils should just competitive and try to finish this game on a high note because again, you're facing the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2 days in Tampa. So
yeah, you have 80 points and I have 53.8.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna open it.
And 80 points now.
Behind me.
Yeah. I'm trying to roll my way to another victory this week. I think I'm 3-2 going into this week, so I'm trying to get back on my winning ways.
I'm 3-2 also. I'm tied for second.
I'm struggling with injuries, which is killing me. Like it's really killing me.
I'm in a football league where my entire bench is either out or on IR, but they're not people that I'm willing to drop. So I'm just sitting there praying every single week that I can put one in.
I have guys like Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, and all these guys are like on IR or have been out the last several weeks.
In the league that I commissioned with Megan, I have Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins, but I know they're not watching. My stupid friends don't set their lineups. So every week they're projected. I'm 8-1, and I'm like, I'm the commissioner. I can't ask them all.
Guys, set your lineups.
Every week I'm like, set your lineups, and none of them do it.
and they all forget.
I'm like, you morons. Like,
see, the thing that I actually like about like fantasy hockey and also like basketball and baseball as well is just that like you have to set your lineup every day. Like
that's So every morning I wake up.
You wake up every day and it's like, okay, got it.
But I will say that I check waivers way less in hockey and basketball because I'm setting it every day.
I
versus
agree.
Like in football, you can see trends a lot easier because there's less of a sample size, which is counterintuitive. Normally, if there's more data, you can see more trends. But
yeah, I mean it's harder to find like. The only thing about it in those other fantasy leagues is just the fact that there are a lot more guys that you can pick up that could get you a decent amount of points over the span of a couple days.
Well, so that's what I was going to say. Like in football, I will automatically pick up any like average receiver, any defense that's playing the Jets. Like no questions asked. But in hockey, I don't know that I'm willing to make that many transactions based off of who's playing the Coyotes. Like
right. I mean that's the way that I look. Like I forgot which league it is, but I have Dustin Tokarski who I picked like late in the draft. And I was like, well, I mean the only good thing is that he's probably gonna play a lot because it's Buffalo and they do have Craig Anderson, but he's probably gonna play a lot too. So I
have Phil Kessel, even though he's on the Coyotes, because Louis Eriksson is in their top line, and Louis Eriksson has been cut by 2 teams in the last 5 years. So the fact that he's on the top line, like Arizona is desperate for offense.
I mean, isn't their top line like Louis Eriksson, Andrew Ladd, and Kessel, right? Isn't it like that?
Because they kept posting on Instagram. I kept seeing pictures of Eriksson, and I was like, I thought he would have been like on the 4th line, like healthy scratch, and it was on the starting lineup. And I was like,
that's how bad they are. They don't even have enough players to consider.
I feel kind of bad because the Flyers and the Coyotes made that large swap of players in the offseason. Like I feel bad for Gostisbehere and like some of the guys in the Flyers that went to the Coyotes. And the Coyotes were like on the bubble last year, and then they went and sold off like an ass load of players after they made that trade. And they were like, oh, I guess we're gonna rebuild. Like I guess we're gonna go to an ass team.
I don't know. Like
Ass team.
I don't know.
Ass team.
We've seen teams in the past where like we can obviously see that they're tanking to like get. I personally don't. I look at Arizona and it's like I just don't think they're tanking. I think they're just that bad. I just do not think that they're capable of being that good. Like you look at their team. I feel bad for. Is Clayton Keller still there? Is he still?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about the Coyotes' depth because it's like basically an AHL team.
Well, they got Scott Wedgwood, who's actually been their best goaltender, and they picked him up off waivers for the second time from the
Kevin,
Devils.
You're so funny if you think I'm not watching the Patriots while we stream.
I'm watching
How
it
is
too.
that game going, brother? I'm just gonna flip to it. Oh look, oh it's at Atlanta. I thought it was in New England.
Also, he's tearing it up. It's 0-0.
Look at Mac Jones looking like Tom Brady because that's what everybody thinks he is. I love that. I love how when they draft him, they're like, "Yep, he's the next Tom Brady," and I'm like, "No, because he wasn't drafted in the 6th round at 199th overall, so he's not the next Tom Brady. He could just be the next really good quarterback in the NFL." I think the Patriots made the right move to get him. I really do. I like that move.
Wait, for who?
I said I think the Patriots made the right move to get Mac Jones.
Oh, I was devastated on draft day. I really wanted Justin Fields. But
Justin Fields is going to die in Chicago as long as Matt Nagy is still there.
But okay, first of all, Kev in the comments is an Alabama fan, so let's caveat that when I make my critical comments about Mac Jones. He did not have he had a fine start to the season. I can't blame the Patriots' abysmal start on Mac Jones. However, he has looked great recently. Him and Hunter Henry have found fantastic chemistry. I'm a little annoyed that Bill Belichick is not as aggressive on the wide receiver market as he typically is. I think we really need another wide receiver besides undrafted Jacoby Meyer. Don't get me wrong, Jacoby Meyer's fine, but if we want to be a playoff contender, this is not going to cut it.
Right.
And I think in like 2 or 3 years, Mac Jones will be fine. But I think that the Chiefs thought that in 2 or 3 years, Patrick Mahomes would be winning them Super Bowls, and he has a losing record. So I don't know,
Does he have does he have a losing record, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and
the
thing
Chiefs are straight up not good this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everybody's saying, like, because the Chiefs blew out the Raiders last week, and everybody said, "Oh, are the Chiefs back?" And it's like, no, they're still bad. Like, I said to everybody, because I'm a Giants fan. It was bad when the Chiefs just barely got past the Giants at home. Like, that's a problem. And the Giants had nobody playing in that game.
So you're a Giants fan, not a Jets fan?
I'm a Giants fan.
Oh my God, I realized that 2 of my favorite people at my gym yesterday are Jets fans, and I literally just started screaming. I was like, "You're all stupid. Like, why would you want to be a Jets
but like
fan?"
historically they're good. Like I know a lot of it's same with the Giants.
That's also
like,
how I know that
Wait.
That's
No,
how I know my
not even
sister's husband isn't going to leave her, though.
Not even historically the Jets have been good. That's the thing. I wrote a book
they've been
about
better
it
than what they are right now.
I wrote a book that basically explains the entire history, and it's not good. The history of the Jets
Can you tell me the name of that book? Because that might be kind of entertaining.
The name of the book is JETS Pain, Pain, Pain. I don't think I have to explain it anymore. I don't think I have to explain
That's beautiful.
It's on Amazon right now for the price of $19.69, and you could probably guess why.
I have a book. My bookshelf's over there, but I have this book called Sportscasting, and basically every chapter.
I have the same book. Yeah.
Okay, it's great. So.
Yeah.
Megan, I probably told you about it before, but every chapter, it goes through all like professional sports, but it tells you different, like, they're not conspiracy theories, but like trends in bias in sports. So like when referees will call things and when they won't, when players will go for, or not players, but like when you'll go for a field goal and when you won't, when you'll go for 2 points, when you won't in football, when you'll call
to go for a field goal because I don't think James Franklin knows the answer to that.
Well, it's really interesting seeing like the psychology behind it and why.
James Franklin the last several weeks has been hilarious to me.
I just like so there were more people. I was at the Michigan game, and we had more people than tickets. So my friend who came up with me, he was with my sister and my brother-in-law, and they were at a bar, and apparently like so we made our first trick play, which was great, but then we should have just gone for the field goal to take the 3 because would have made a difference at some point maybe.
Would you consider James Franklin to be like a riverboat gambler type of coach?
No, not until this season.
Not until this season. Maybe
Maybe
that USC rumor really is getting to him.
Anytime a school is hiring for like James Franklin.
No, I really don't think James Franklin is going anywhere. Like, I don't think he's going to USC
anywhere.
No, I don't think.
I really should have asked Sandy Barber, who's our AD, when I saw her on Thursday. I should have been like, let's talk about James Franklin.
She would not have told you anything.
Yeah, but it would have been a funny conversation to ask.
I'd like to see like her be honest too. Like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Done with him.
He's screwed. He's got to win. He's got to win outright, or he's screwed.
I think we could win outright from here. No, because we still have Ohio State.
They have Ohio State when? Next week?
Rutgers is next week.
Well, no, obviously, no, that's what I mean.
Well, Rutgers is this week, Ohio State's the week after, and then we end with...
That's rough. I still think Ohio State is overrated.
Whatever, we're going to a bowl. I don't really care.
And we're just trying to win one more game to get into said bowl.
I'm not going.
Huh?
If it's not a New Year's 6, I don't go.
No, I was just curious, like, what bowl you want.
I don't really care. I wish we could go back to the Rose Bowl. What?
How many wins does Penn State have? 6? 7? 6. Honestly, consider.
I think Auburn can get a really good bowl game if they beat Alabama, but they're probably not.
Well, also, Kashan, we're trying to go. Never mind. I only go to New Year's 6 ones because it's easier that way, but also we're trying to be celebrated.
But would you go if Penn State was playing in, let's say, like the Pinstripe Bowl in New York?
Oh, if I was home, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even remember where you asked me to go.
Shan, we're trying to go to the Winter Classic.
Oh, yeah. I meant to ask you about that earlier today, too.
We don't know yet.
Because I updated
that's going to be
I'll tell you when they update it.
That's going to be a fun game.
I'll tell you if we get approved. Shannon and I, this is fun information. Shannon and I have been approved for our league credentials. So now for like league events, we can like put in to get media credentials. But you have to like apply within
Minnesota.
Yeah, it's in Minnesota in January.
Oh my God, we're gonna die out there.
Alex is out there. We can go to a bar. He's only 20 minutes from there.
We can't pregame to go to the press box.
After.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good bars in Minnesota. There's a lot of good bars.
We can bring Anna. She knows Minnesota.
Oh my word, we're gonna freeze to death.
No, you're not. Like, it's not gonna be that.
I went to the Winter Classic in Boston, and so I sat at the nosebleeds at Gillette because it was the Boston-Montreal game. Nice. It was snowing in the nosebleeds, and it was not snowing on the ground. So I don't want to hear about how bad Minnesota's going to be.
I've been to 2 outdoor games. I went to the Stadium Series where it was Devils Rangers in 2014, and it was so cold that I actually I couldn't feel my feet. That was it. And then I went to the Winter Classic in 2018 when it was Rangers Sabres at Citi Field in New York.
That's awful.
Oh no, it was great. It was great. Here's the thing:
Rangers Sabres.
Oh, no. What was funny about it is that, being a Devils fan, I wore all my Devils stuff because I just wanted to be clear that I could care less about any team. So all of a sudden, a bunch of Sabres fans, they see me getting harassed by Rangers fans, and they're like, you know what? Just come sit with us. So I'm just
Jimmy is a Rangers fan, right?
Jimmy is a diehard Rangers fan, and that's one of the many things.
All right, Jimmy, I know you're watching.
I don't. He's the only person I know that hated the fact that the Rangers got the #1 overall pick 2 years ago. It's the only person I know.
He hated that?
He was like, oh, what the heck? Why did we get it? I'm like, why are you complaining? Like, why are you complaining at all? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Like, you've never seen the Rangers pick #1 overall in your life and you're complaining about it. I was like, what the heck are we doing? But no, outdoor game, I would recommend to any diehard hockey fan, if you could go to one
it was incredible. Game,
you got to do it.
I want to go to we were actually just talking about the NWHL is having an outdoor game, but they just don't have any like press credential typed options.
Wait,
That
who's
are
playing
public.
that one?
It is the Buttes and the Whitecaps, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was hoping that I'm a Riveters fan.
I like the Riveters and I like the Pride. Well, obviously I like the Pride, but
I love the Riveters' new uniform.
I love the Riveters.
Figure it out, though, Shan.
Dude.
What?
I'm sure we could figure it out.
Oh, we could. Yeah. Oh, I'm not discounting it. Yeah, I love Madison Palmer, so I love the Riveters.
Aren't the Sabres and Maple Leafs playing an outdoor game too? Yeah, they're playing the.
They're playing the Stadium Series.
That's
was Heritage Classic.
the Preds are in the.
Yeah, it's the Heritage. The Maple Leafs.
The
Sabres
Preds just played in the Heritage Classic.
Yeah, well, you know what? The NHL.
No, but I said they're in the Stadium Series, not the Heritage Classic.
No, the Stadium Series is what?
All right, I'll just Google outdoor games.
What, there's Lightning?
Yeah, it's Lightning Preds.
Is that in Nashville or is that in Tampa?
Well, if it's in Nashville.
No. It's in Nash. Yeah, Shan. We'll put in for you. We'll put in for.
Where are they playing that in Nashville?
Nissan Stadium.
Oh, where the.
All right, so Winter Classic is Wild Blues in Minnesota. Then it's Stadium Series Lightning.
Should be up to request soon.
Heritage Classic.
Sabres. Maple Leafs.
No, it's in Canada. That's all. They haven't announced the teams.
Oh, right. That was I think it's a rumor that I heard it was Sabres, Maple Leafs, but I guess. Yeah,
okay. So the third outdoor game, the Heritage Classic, will be held in Canada in March.
In March.
We can try for that too, Shan.
Damn.
I've never been to Canada.
Neither have I.
On my
the All-Star game is in.
Where I was what should my bucket list be for the fall? Darren said come to Canada, and I was like, I need a reason to do that.
Wasn't the All-Star game just in Vegas?
No, it was in LA recently.
This coming year.
Oh, I was thinking.
Yeah, it's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be in Vegas
this year. Yeah,
this year. Yep.
It was a running list of all the events that were coming.
Yeah.
Better start saving up, Shan, because who knows where we're going.
Bro, I'm broke.
We're all broke, unfortunately.
When I say I want money for Christmas, it's like, no, you need a real gift. I'm like, no, it's really going to something. I promise.
Hey, at least our Dallas flights are dirt cheap.
Yeah, I was shocked because the last time I looked, they were like $500.
Well, I just bought my Coachella flights, and my round trip to California and back is only $300.
Well, last time I looked, it was like $400 a flight, and I was like, I cannot pay for this.
Remind me when we're done to finish emailing someone.
Someone.
I'm emailing Texas. Someone in Texas. Come to Canada. Offset Gaming, where in Canada are you?
I'm just hoping for a better third period. I'm just hoping that we can finish this game.
Stalled quite quickly.
It's one of those where, at this point, like I said, I want to know what Lindy Ruff is saying to this team. Where are they at mentally and emotionally after getting smacked in the face for, what Florida did in that second period is what the Devils were hoping would happen in the first, where they had 22 shots on goal. That they scored 3 or 4 times and got themselves rolling. They only scored 1. And Spencer Knight just denied us so many times. He kept them from being down by several goals in that first period. So it happens. These games happen, unfortunately.
Hey, it's so early that in the end, it doesn't matter.
It's still pretty early in the year. It's only the second month of the season, so I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. There's
and again, look,
so much
I
left.
would say this to any Devils fan. Anything positive that we do this season is like gravy. Anything we do that we're not expected to do positively is great. That's the way you got to look at it. We just have to get to a point where we're playing competitive games in March and April, and we're not thinking about, by the time it's January, who we're going to be taking with one of our top 5 first-round picks. That's the type of mindset that we have to get out of. And that's what I'm hoping with this team moving forward. And getting guys like Jack Hughes and Miles Wood back at some point. Miles Wood is probably not going to play at all. But Jack Hughes, we're hoping that he can come back because we need him. You could see at times where this team misses having a guy like him on the ice.
What a vibe, yo. Officer Gaming, I saw that. I just liked it.
Officer Gaming, that's a stellar point. When you guys send us DMs, particularly on Twitter, once you hit the message button, even if we haven't opened it yet, we no longer see a notification, so it goes into the void rapidly. We're not ignoring you, I promise. We just forget to open them.
The Insta DMs?
No, on Twitter. When you hit the message button to open all of them, you no longer see you have any unopened messages, so I forget to open them.
Oh, I try to reply to all of them. I'm better at Twitter DMs than Shannon.
Right, I forgot that Megan Duggan is now with the Devils. She works for the team.
I know someone who works for the Devils in the media department.
We did interview Katie Goss from Florida's Valley Sports broadcast. That was super fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's also the lead play-by-play announcer for the NWHL, or PHF, excuse me.
I haven't fully gotten a chance yet because, I know the season just started, but how have games looked when it comes to has ESPN Plus done some of the NWHL games yet? Or
they're doing all of them.
They're doing all they are doing all of them. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but all right. So the other day,
has it looked as bad as like what the NHL has done so far with it?
So we're having my problem with ESPN Plus is that they have so many like miscellaneous sports, and I'm not saying that hockey by any means is a miscellaneous sport because it's not, but they cover so many like random basketball games, random soccer games, like random whatever, that once you try to actually find your game, you're like 30 like Division III basketball games in before you even see NWHL. Right. So even though like the people that are aware of it have more accessibility, it's not giving them a lot more visibility from other people because there's so many other things you have to comb through before you can even find what you're looking for. It took me like 20 minutes the other day to just find the Bruins game.
But then there's also the fact that when you go to the ice hockey page, though, if you're looking for hockey, you see their league right away.
That does make it easier. I just like the only thing I've just been like, I don't know. It just clearly the way ESPN is treating hockey is exactly what I thought it was going to be when they decided to be, take over. I was like, they're still not going to fully embrace hockey. Like they did it early on. Like you saw it with like some games on TV and things like that. But after that, you can even see on social media. When was the last time ESPN on Instagram posted anything that revolved around hockey? Like when was the last time?
Let's find out.
Well, no, they always make so like First Take and Stephen A. Smith and whatever. He has a whole so he's like a very
he does not talk about hockey.
No, he has a whole like satirical thing around it where he does like the top 5 stories of the day, and he'll do like 3 of them that are actually relevant and rant about it, and then he'll do one and he's like, a hockey puck is black. And I'm like, fuck you, buddy. Like, people actually want to hear about hockey.
No, see, that's the thing. Like, that's ESPN showing that they are very, very ignorant and really, really just do not care about hockey.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I love. Oh, please, Quoken, and
like,
please.
Why did you, like,
and he didn't score.
Like, I get you bid on it because you wanted the money. But, like, if you were going to do it, you should have invested in analysts that could actually cover it appropriately.
Well, I think... look, they've always had Barry Melrose, who has always, in my opinion, been good. I'm on the fence about John Tortorella, especially recently. I'm on the fence about it.
I'm super on the fence.
I was like, the comments...
I'm not even on the fence. I'm over the fence of no.
He's the favorite to take over. If they don't keep their interim coach in Florida, he's the favorite to stay.
No, this guy's got to be the head coach moving forward because Florida. How much different does Florida look now than it did when?
Oh, I completely agree.
Look the same. They don't look any different.
If anyone puts John Tortorella in another coaching role, it's just going to teach me that. No offense, Neil. No men can learn from their mistakes. Like, I don't get it.
I'm not. You're not wrong.
Like, I don't get it. How many times can he look like an imbecile in a coaching role? Before we're like, maybe we should stop hiring him.
That's a very, very good point. I mean, Tortorella is from the old school way of hockey, like what it is, and it's not what it is now.
It's like Claude Julien. That's why Claude Julien's not a coach anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And why do you think Mike Babcock isn't a coach
exactly,
anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is that there is a time and place for guys to get, yelling and screaming and in the players' faces, but the way that like hockey players are nowadays, it's just not the same. Yeah, it's just not the same.
And not like the aggressive mental game.
Yeah, it's John Cooper. Like, John Cooper is not a screaming and yelling type coach. Like he will do it if he has to.
Or Bruce Cassidy, is not either. It makes me think of every time Peter Chiarelli gets hired as a GM. Like, how many times can a team make a mistake before they're like, maybe we shouldn't trust him? Like, I don't get it. I simply don't. Because there are so many people, like the Penguins are a perfect example. Just trust someone in your pipeline. Mike Sullivan was your AHL coach, and you moved him up.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought
just
you were
trust someone.
Like,
I thought she was going to go.
It's not a mistake.
Yeah, right. I thought
just trust someone in your pipeline instead of going with.
I was so ready to
bad apples.
I mean, that was one of the most seamless transitions for a team when it came to like coaching. It was just like Mike Sullivan. Like the thing about Sullivan is that what people don't remember is that he had been an NHL coach, not a head coach, but he had been an NHL coach for several teams, for the Rangers, the Canucks. There was another team that he coached with at one time. So he had NHL experience before becoming a head coach. And yeah, you could say with the talent that Pittsburgh had that it made it easier, but he still did a lot of things, and he's done a lot of things that have made Pittsburgh still competitive even now. So
agreed.
It was the right move for them to hire them. But because you were just talking about Peter Chiarelli, I just saw that like apparently he is a potential candidate for if Jim Benning gets fired from Vancouver to be the next Vancouver Canucks general manager, which I think would be absolutely hysterical to go from one awful GM to one of the worst GMs we've ever seen.
What a rough life.
I shouldn't have just said that the Patriots have Jacoby Meyer because I forgot we have Nelson Aguilar.
You do have Aguilar.
Who just scored a touchdown.
Oh, there you go. Fantasy.
I think that's his second touchdown of the year. I don't want to get
I don't know. Well, if somebody's doing like that 1 week fantasy leagues like on DraftKings or something like that, it's probably like.
Oh, I love if I'm having like a really slow day at work and really don't want to study, like an ESPN mock draft is wildly entertaining. Not in hockey, but in football.
Megan's like very confused right now.
So you can go into ESPN, Megan, and you can hit mock draft, and with
this, don't tell me how.
With a bunch of people that have no lives, like me, you can go in and you can.
I have no life. I have no time to not have.
No, I have no time actually. I just have a crippling addiction to procrastination.
Oh my goodness! Please, Zetterlund, for the love of God, and we didn't score.
Keenan, you think the Habs will fire their coach soon?
No, that puck is in.
I mean,
no, it's not.
Keenan, I think the point that I would more ponder with is how were they so successful in the playoffs and yet so bad this year? Like, what changed from point A to point B?
So bad.
And I don't know that it's the coach. Steel Flyers, thanks for joining.
Hi.
Love to see some familiar faces. Also, guys, we are not doing stellar on the likes tonight on the video. I know I haven't been reminding as much as normal, but we all know what to do.
Football a lot.
We all know what to do. We hit the like button. We hit the subscribe button. We don't want to miss anything. Meg and I will be back.
What should you be writing? I'm curious.
Like we said at the very beginning of the video, we're very sorry we missed last week. Promise it won't happen again. My health has returned to semi-normal, I promise.
Yeah. I'm here. I've been here. I'm always here.
They did lose. I mean, yeah, but is that going to take them from cup contender to losing record? I don't think so.
I don't think the Habs coach is on the hot seat. I think it's more Mark Bergevin's going to get fired when this season is over.
I mean, you can't ignore the fact that they started the season without Carey Price. And not only is he a good goaltender, but he is a significant face in the locker room.
And if anybody can steal wins, especially in close games, it's Carey Price. I mean, the dude is locked, is just, he's a force.
And he's supposed to be back, what, in the next, 2 weeks maybe?
Couple weeks, yeah, something like that. But with Marc Bergevin, I've said it before, look, I think the Habs management has been trying for a while now to come up with a decent reason to fire Marc Bergevin. And I think this might be the best reason. Like they're playing very poorly. And granted, yes, they're dealing with a lot of injuries. Carey Price isn't playing, but this is as good as time as any for them to let him go. I mean, I don't know.
And I don't love the excuse that they're playing in a different division now, because the Leafs and the Oilers are playing fantastic. It's not a Canadian division with soft issue anymore. And Calgary is playing incredible. Granted, the Pacific Division is soft, but
doesn't say that. Doesn't say as
okay. But if it's three teams, it's no longer an enigma.
Okay.
The Pacific is a division where it's like nobody really wants to win. They just look
I saw an incredible tweet
nobody
earlier.
wants to win that division. It just looks like that.
I hope he's watching. But I saw a really good tweet earlier that was like you can't blame the Seattle Kraken for what they're doing right now. Like, this is the best they've ever played.
So true.
I saw somebody. It was I think it was just like a Seattle Kraken fan page that put up like a post because they were trying to get some responses to see like what people would say. They showed the record and they were like, "What do you think is the reasonings behind why the Kraken have gotten off to such a bad start in their history?" And like so many people just put, "Because we're an expansion team. What did you think was like? We're not Vegas. We didn't get everything handed to us on a silver platter." Now, granted, Seattle could have easily gone after guys like They could have legitimately.
I was going to say, they had so much opportunity they could have taken if they wanted to. Like, shut the fuck up.
I did a big stream like you're going to do tomorrow, like with our entire network for the draft, even though I didn't know that what's-his-name was going to leak every single.
Oh, you didn't see that? You didn't.
No, I did. No, I did. So I quite literally did not work more than 30 minutes that day because I was tweeting all day for all of which was great. We gained like 30 something followers, but by the end of the day, when we went to go stream it, there were like 12 of us on the stream and we were just sitting there bored. One, because all the picks they made were boring as hell. Two, because the ESPN analysts were mispronouncing everything that was going on.
Bro,
it was painful.
What irritated me, granted, being a Devils fan, is that like ESPN kept taking they took several jabs at the Devils, and I'm like, really? Like, why are we beating? Like, why are you doing this? Like, it's not even that funny. And we at the Hockey Pod Network, we did a live stream of the draft. But what was so funny is that we all knew who was getting picked. Yeah. So we literally we did the intro, and then all of us come on screen, and my good friend Bayou Benders goes, "Well, I don't know how this is going to go because we all know what's happening, but what's going on?" We acted like we were surprised. Like when the picks happened, we were like, "Oh, okay, we knew that guy was already getting taken." And that was we spent the whole stream just ranting about how does that happen? How does all of that get leaked out?
Well, so what do you think about it? Because I know a lot of people on Twitter were pissed. Like, just let it happen, let people find out the organic way, but also. He's a journalist. Like, it's literally his job to do that.
And he's not a team journalist where he can't tweet out unless the team tweets out. And it's Frank Saravalli, by the way, I think you're thinking of Frank Saravalli, which, by the way, the main reason in my opinion that he did that was because he had just either he got fired or he got let go by what was he with? Sportsnet?
Was it The Athletic?
He was he was with Sportsnet, I believe.
Okay.
And he went to the Daily Faceoff. And a lot of people said that he did that because he was taking a jab at Sportsnet. Like he was kind of being petty about it. So that's why he tweeted out all of those things. But like you said, it is his job and he's going to get noticed for it. He's going to get attention for it because he's tweeting out, "Oh, the Seattle Kraken are going to take, so-and-so from Detroit." And it's like, the thing that was just funny about it was that we were all every fan of every team is freaking out because we're like, why are you telling us when this hasn't happened yet? Like, and that's why, some people were saying, oh, what a very bad turnout for the expansion draft on ESPN. Because we already knew what happened.
Well, and part of it, I think, is part of it, a small part of it, I think, is the fault of the NHL. Because why are you having picks submitted almost 12 hours in advance and you don't want them to be leaked? Like, you don't think there's one person that's going to leak anything in 12 hours?
Oh, no, there's going to be people that leak.
Like, why is it not like the freaking Emmys where you just bring up an envelope and you're like, this is what I'm doing? Like,
well, that's how it should be.
That would be fun.
Like, I don't get why they have to submit them, at least submit them an hour in advance. So then, like, not all 32 of them are going to be, or 31 of them are going to be released in an hour.
I don't remember. I don't think any of those picks got leaked for Vegas, if I remember correctly.
Well, because no.
The only one, we only knew one. We knew that Fleury was going. Like, we knew Fleury was going to get.
But that's because they came to a mutual agreement that was happening prior.
Right. We knew that was coming. We all saw
and
that.
So did
everybody else. We didn't know who was going to get taken and who wasn't.
Well, there were a bunch of players that came to an agreement like, you can release me, but there was nothing with, like, Seattle wouldn't commit to picking anyone, and then they just ended up picking a buttload of, like, AHL players basically. And 5 goaltenders. Like, they have so many goaltenders.
When they started taking, like, random dudes that I had never heard of, I was like, okay, what is the plan here? And then, like,
the guy that comes to the Flyers has never played an NHL game in his life.
And in my head, my thinking was that, okay, this means they're going to be really active in free agency. Like, they're going to go out and, like,
and all they did was sign more goldtenders. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, no, that would
because obviously we need 15,000 goaltenders and Grubauer
goalies
do anything.
They signed Philip Grubauer and Grant, and the thing was that Philip Grubauer we didn't even know was going to be available until Landeskog got his big money contract. So we were like, well, Grubauer's not going back to Colorado, and then Jaden Schwartz was one of the last big names, if you want to call him a big name, that was
and then they were like, oh my God, we got Jared Dunn. And I was like, he's not a good pick.
Wait, Vince Dunn from St. Louis?
Or Vince Dunn, yeah. They got Vince Dunn. And I was like, that's not that good of a free agent. Like,
no, I gave him credit for getting Grubauer. I was like, okay, they got a legit.
But they didn't need Grubauer. They had Ryger. They had, what's his name? Well, they had Vanacek. He was great for Washington, and then they traded him back to Washington. He was on Seattle for a day.
Not even.
No, I mean, Washington was like begging
because
Seattle
Antonov can't play.
Give Vanacek back, and I'm like, no, you should keep him. He was really good in Washington. You did but they gave him back for nothing. Well, to be fair, it was like,
well, it's funny now because the Capitals rookie goaltender just had a shutout in his.
I was going to say, because he's
Zachary
Pally is going to be really good.
Pally, who we all thought about like 7 years ago was going to be like the next great goaltender, and he spent 6 years in the minors, and we were like, when is he ever going to play in the NHL? And he got an opportunity, and he's so far run with it, which is impressive.
I so thought it was about to become 5-1. That was so close.
Yeah, this
what a save by Bernier!
Yeah, that was a very good save by Bernier. I mean, look.
See, I just say it, and then you get Shannon's reaction to it.
I know, you get Shannon's reaction well after. I mean, we're already at commercial break.
I don't know.
We are already talking about like next move. Granted, next move.
See, this is why this is why it's fun when I've done live watch-alongs and I can watch the game on TV, because a lot of the people that'll jump on are watching it on a stream, so they're like. Sometimes they're several minutes behind it. So I say something and then they go like, stop spoiling it. I haven't seen it yet. Like, I haven't seen the goal yet.
We believe in spoilers over here. We're all for it. Ugh. My head bump is getting worse. I don't know why.
At least my fantasy team is doing well tonight. That I cannot complain about.
Accurate. You're crushing it. I'm pissed off about it.
I'm getting lucky. That's all.
I need anyone, to beat Shannon.
Good, sorry.
Shannon, have we played against one another yet or no?
No, I've played. Let me tell you all the people that I've beaten.
I beat Jimmy and Austin earlier this year, so I was like, that's.
So everyone that's just joining us, I'm 5-0 in fantasy. I've beaten. This week I'm beating Scott, but it's a close game. Last week I beat.
He yelled at me yesterday at the gym. I was like, "You need to fucking do better."
Last week I beat Jimmy. The week before I beat John Duncan from Off the Wall. Week before that I beat Alex from Ice Guys. Week before that I beat Jenna.
How is that not a penalty?
Week before that I beat Ryan McCarthy from Belly Up.
I beat John too.
Gonna need to.
I beat High and Wide last week.
All right. Well, I've got Ryan Graves, Neil, so I'm gonna need him to kick it into high gear.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you want when we're down by 3 goals late in the third. I really don't know what you're asking.
Jacob Markstrom was literally the best thing I could have ever drafted.
I got lucky with Sergei
Well, I know
Bobrovsky.
who's not doing anything. Nick Suzuki.
No one from Montreal is doing anything. Toffoli's doing nothing. I had to drop Cole Caulfield. Like,
That's fair.
I just
Jesus.
like literally anything. I'll take it.
Phil Kessel, come on, buddy. Let's get a goal.
I love Phil Kessel. Wait, did you pick him up when I dropped him?
Yeah. I've got Oshie on IR. I'm excited for him to come back.
That's why I dropped him, because I had to get rid of someone when I brought Rust off the IR.
I've got 3 people that are out right now, but Oshie's on IR, so I'm hoping they're only. Well, actually, they're all in Ottawa. That's my point.
Oh,
Tristan Jarry, though?
what?
You have Do you have Tristan Jarry? That's
She
was
confident
traded
plays
to me.
Tristan Jarry, and she wants to beat me.
why do you have Tristan Jarry? Like,
He was
seriously.
traded to me.
So?
I had someone who was a backup, and I was like,
Well, who did you have that was a backup that you traded for Jarry?
Carter Hart, who I picked up, and now he's averaging 5 points a game.
That's not who I had.
Yeah, I picked him up, and you dropped him.
No,
Oh,
she said
but
that
I
she
had someone
traded-
else before him.
No, but
Shan.
she said that she traded for Tristan
I
Jarry.
traded for Jari.
I did
So
pick
that's
up.
why I'm asking,
Carter
like,
Hart.
who did she
Alex
trade?
traded me him for who's Cam Talbot's backup?
Capo Kakinen?
Yeah.
Oh, you had Kakinen?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Actually, no.
Well,
what?
he was supposed to start over Talbot.
Wait,
Well,
where
nobody-
did I? No,
They have a fascinating goaltending tandem in Minnesota. Like, very.
actually, no, that's not even true. I gave him to Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna gave you a Penguins player you wanted.
No, Jenna gave me.
Who did I give you for Tanev?
Yo, let's go. Matthew
No, you
Tkachuk
gave
having
me-
Or,
a
I'm
game.
sorry, who did you give me for Tanev?
Oh, I don't know. That was day one. I don't even know.
Yo, Matthew Tkachuk is racking up the points
I
tonight.
was gonna say, but my trade was a 2-parter. There were 2 people I got.
Oh, wait a second.
How many
Oh, okay.
trades do you make?
7,
7?
I think. And I'm at 4.
You're a roster tinkerer.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm
I
surprised.
wanted Tanev. I asked for him from you, and I literally said you could take anyone but like 2 players.
You said I got Bergeron, and then you backtracked.
Yeah, I did. But then Jenna asked me for the Minnesota person, so I said okay because she wanted someone. And then Alex proposed
You
the
didn't give
other
up.
trade to me too. The only trade I initiated was with you because I wanted Tanev.
You didn't give up Kaprizov for Tanev, right?
I don't know. Just look, it's in there.
I'm not going to be well if that's what you did.
Just go to the roster and look at
Oh, God.
Tanev, and you'll see where he came from. I would do it
I
myself.
got
watching
Mark
the
Stone. I
No,
got Mark
it
Stone
was
at
it
Labels.
was Marcus Foligno.
Uh,
Either Foligno or Kakkonen. I don't know which one it was.
No, I don't know.
He
But
has both of them.
click on Jari from my roster too, and read out the trade.
Your father. All right. Let me find this. All right, so here's
It
Jari.
was Kakinen.
Yeah, it was Kakinen.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's pretty
Honestly,
good.
honestly, the thing about no, Megan brings a good point. I mean,
Wait, Jordan
acquired a
asked what
smart-
we're drinking tonight. Jordan, which is also my sister's name. Fun fact, you spelled the same way. I had from Bug Hug because I like this cool can.
Oh, that is a cool can. Is that from the craft brew place?
Mm-hmm. It's a fruited sour beer.
I'm drinking Devil's Backbone is a Virginia brewery, and they have a canned like orange smash. It's very good, and they have a grapefruit and a lemon flavor, and it comes in a 12-pack. It's very nice.
Wild.
Also, hello, Jordan.
Nick, were you looking at the trades? Not. Oh my God, Neil. Sorry, I was texting someone named Nick. That just.
I was just looking that Meg, you did make one mistake because Marino has 2 points and he's on your bench.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But like, so I looked at that when I was setting my
because
lineup.
you have several defensemen that are not playing tonight.
I had my benches, my roster's full.
Well, no, you could have. That's a good point.
I have no open spots. So I went on average, like normal goals per game. Marino was the lowest of my defenders. He got the bench.
Fair enough.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You got Shattenkirk, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my roster's been really easy that I haven't had to make decisions on who to bench and who to start pretty much at all.
A lot.
I think a lot of it is luck of the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have at least 2 days a week where I literally am benching players.
Well, so with the guy, when I play with Hamilton the Pig's dad, I have to bench a center, no kidding, every day.
Yeah. Well,
but theirs is also
if it's a center.
Well, so theirs is center, left wing, right wing. Ours is just forward.
Oh, I was like, what
so that theirs is harder.
That's stupid. That's too much.
There's one league that I play in that we don't have IR spots. So it's like if somebody gets hurt, you're like screwed.
What do you mean?
Not in this league.
Oh, I thought you was like in ours. Like
no. In another league that I'm in, we have no IR spots because the guy wanted to make it interesting, and I'm like, this is horrible.
That's
I'm in a fantasy football league that he wanted to make it interesting, so he made it 3 wide receiver slots.
I'm in a super flex, so I don't have no kickers and no defense. It's just
that would be perfect. He was like, should I make it 3 wide receivers or 2 quarterbacks? And we were all like, 2 quarterbacks. And he goes, okay, 3 wide receivers. And I was like, holy Christ.
It was like, you're really just putting the pressure on all of us then.
It was like, there's not enough. It's a 12-person league. There's not enough wide receivers.
I did not realize I was not live on this Penguins.
You could do 3 wide receivers if it's like at the max 8 teams. You could do that. That's fine. But if you got like 12 or more, you have no shot of getting.
Who am I starting? Like Danny Amendola? What team is he on right now? Like,
no, you just start picking up. You start picking up like dudes that like are retired but are
like
still.
Cordero Patterson is like my asset right now because I can start him at wide receiver, flex, running back.
Is he playing tonight? I heard
he got hurt. Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah. It's
wait, Aaron, what are you talking about?
Oh, I hope he's.
I still have 5-0.
Actually,
it's only 10-0.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, Kev, what do you mean he's balling out? Like it's only 10-0. We beat the Browns 45-7.
Baker,
Aaron, am I that behind right now?
I've had enough of Baker Mayfield. I had to drop him. I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I was like, I could not hold on anymore.
I know, like he's 1 year past like the potential year. I know we were just talking about this with goaltenders, but I think quarterbacks have a very comparable shelf life where I'm not going to judge them if they're like a year or 2 out. He's what, 3 or 4 out now? Like,
did I just miss
it? He has all the pieces to be successful. He's not in a position like the Jets.
Aaron, I was so behind in that game. I had 4 minutes left when you said that. I didn't even know the game was over.
I really wish that Mike White had a better.
The game's not over.
No, the Penguins game is.
Oh.
Yeah, the Devils game should be over in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We ain't coming back in this one. I mean, then again, as soon as I say that, we nearly scored. As soon as
the Pens won 6-0.
I don't know, the Bruins Maple Leafs game 7, 4-1 with 3 minutes left.
Was it 4-1? No, it wasn't 4-1 with 3 minutes. Was it?
Yeah.
Damn. And I wrote a book about that. That's freaking
Kristen
nuts.
Jari came out from tonight with 7.8.
Yeah, I saw you just released a book. Wait, you want to talk about
Oh
that?
yeah, you.
Yes.
had a
So
book.
yeah, so I released this is now my third written book that I've published. It's called From Maple Leafs to Maple Laughs, which talks about the torture and heartbreak of being a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and it just kind of goes through the whole history since the last time they won the cup, of like all the horrible games and like moments, and it all kind of circles around this past year when they took on Montreal and blew a 3-1 lead and got knocked out in the first round, which was kind of good for it. I just published that. It's on Amazon. You could get it for hardcover or ebook. And
So what are your other two?
JETS Pain, which was the Jets one. And the other one is Meet the
Oh,
Mets.
so you were promoting your own book when you told me there's a book on it.
Yeah, I said it. That I wrote a book about the Jets.
I didn't hear you say it was your book.
Oh yeah, every book I've said is one I've written. I always find opportunities to promote myself. This is what I do.
I mean, I'm more than happy to read it.
Oh, we got a fight.
And what's the last one?
Oh, we have a fight. Oh, we actually have a fight in this game.
Shannon, you left a forward on the bench when you had an open spot.
Kick his ass. Oh wait, it's Radko
What
Gudas
forward?
and Andreas Johnson. Yeah,
Right.
Johnson's just
Remember.
pissed off.
I just looked. They were.
Screw you, Gudas. Even though I like him as a player, I really do.
Oh.
Did they just throw? Did they just? What? Why is he in the box? I'm lost. I'm so confused. What just
Megan,
happened?
my only forward on the bench is out because of Ottawa.
Oh, what do you mean out? Because of
Damn
They're
Ottawa.
postponed.
yes.
I have 3 players from Ottawa that are all postponed.
Ooh. Yeah,
So
Ottawa's.
if I lose this week,
No.
I'm out 3
They-
players.
Dude, they throw him out. They threw him out. That's funny. Oh, they threw out both players. Oh, this is great.
Oh, he's in the box.
No, they
Well,
just
I'm-
no. Wes McCauley just pointed at Radko Gudas and said, "Get out." He just threw him out of the game.
Yeah.
Threw him out.
Oh my God,
And
he
they all-
did.
and I think they also, yeah, they did. They threw out Andreas Johnson as well. So,
Mhm.
so there's
It wasn't
that.
even that bad of a fight.
No, it was just one of the. Why are we pulling the goaltender? We're down by 3. What do you want to lose by 4?
Yes.
Wait, did we take? Oh, that's what it was. Oh, that's what started it. Okay. I was like, how did this come about that we got to fight? That's weird.
Tripping?
No, yeah, he tripped it. Yeah, Johnson
Oh,
tripped
tripping, then hooking, and
and then spearing in the back of the neck.
yep. Oh, yep.
Wait, is it 5 on? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're on a power play. Oh, okay, so it's 6 on 4. If we still give up an empty netter, I'm going to be upset.
Why? Oh.
Just score a goal. Just score
Are you on
another
power
goal, so
play?
it looks closer than it
Yeah,
was.
they're about to start a power play. I'm
All right,
looking at
let's
the
just
start of it.
all right. Let's score another power play goal so that our power play numbers look better, and finish the game on a high note. That's all I care about.
Oh, here.
Megan, lemon or orange? Quick.
What?
Lemon
Orange.
or orange?
Orange. It's called tangerine.
Oh, you fuck you,
Are you
night.
starting a new beer with a minute left?
The Patriots are still on.
God,
Megan.
I have a very funny feeling that the Giants may actually potentially pull off an upset this Monday.
Who are they playing?
We're playing the Bucks in Tampa. And last,
I can't.
if anybody
I can't
remembers
even put
last
into
year-
words how happy I was watching the Washington football team beat the Bucks in Landover, because I almost went to that game and the tickets were like $200, and I was like, oh, they're gonna lose. Like, I don't want to pay that much. And then if I would have paid $200 if I knew Brady was gonna lose.
Didn't Brady like throw interceptions on his first 2 passes?
Yes, he
That's
had 3 interceptions in the first quarter.
Oh, that was hilarious. No, that was funny. That was
Beautiful, beautiful.
funny. Speaking of the Bucks, I just saw that apparently Antonio Brown
He bought a fake backs card.
fake backs card, and I'm like, he just can't help himself but get in trouble. And then his agent goes like, but he's fully vaccinated, and I'm like, then what was the point? If he's
Yeah, a
fully
bunch of people
vaccinated,
are
what
worried
was the
about
point
how,
of getting that card.
A bunch of people are worried about how he's going to get scrutinized versus Aaron Rodgers.
The reason he'll get scrutinized is because it's Antonio Brown and he's a nut job.
I was gonna say, that's
We
not like a
score.
hit thing.
How the hell do we not score?
Yeah,
Damn it.
Because life is hard.
Dude. Yeah, life is pain. I'm living in Spain, but the S is silent right now. This has been a rough night. It's okay.
I mean, I want to caveat that you had an incredible first period. So that is the one you were mad you didn't score on.
I know. That's why I got mad. No, not even
Dan, what's up, buddy?
Let's not have it.
Well, I saw Dan on Saturday.
Dude, Andrew. Okay, I understand that it's Daniel Jones and he sucks. Like, I understand that. But here's the thing. The Giants nearly beat the Bucks last year on Monday night. And the Bucks have been struggling like crazy recently. Just recently. And honestly, if anybody is going to beat if the Washington football team can do it, the Giants can do it. So that's the way I look at it.
Who was it that the Jets just beat? Who was like
The
undefeated?
Titans. Oh no, the Bengals. They beat the Bengals recently.
Yeah.
No, the Jaguars beat the Bills. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, Dan.
And that is all she wrote. That is great. So we lose 4-1. All right, whatever.
Well, guys,
I am sad.
this is how it ends. This is how it ends for Neil.
Oh, brother. I enjoy coming on with you guys, though. This is great.
We have a good time.
Oh, we always have a good time.
Who scored?
Dude, the Florida Panthers, man.
What are you doing?
They are for real, man.
Who scored?
Who scored?
The light starts going off, and I'm like, who?
Nobody scored. Nobody scored.
You're not real.
The game ended.
I unplugged you.
Ooh. Maybe it's foreshadowing for the next game.
No, you're off now. I don't even have it hooked up to any other teams. Guys, it's been real. Neil, tell the humans where they can find you.
So you can follow me on my personal Twitter at THENVPSHOW and my personal Instagram at NVPQB11. And you can follow the Devil State of Mind on Twitter at Devil State, on Instagram at Devil State of Mind. And you can like us on Facebook. We post new episodes every Monday and Thursday. So we posted a new episode earlier today. And also make sure to go check out the Hockey Pod Net YouTube channel where we do live watch-alongs. And I'll be doing one on Saturday when the Devils take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. But yeah, that's everything that I got. And thank you, ladies, so much as always. It's always a pleasure to watch some hockey with you too. And I look forward to doing it again soon.
Oh, yeah. You'll see more of Neil, guys. Don't worry. Lovely to have you. Shannon, what a night it's been. Guys, this is where we leave you for the evening. You know where to find us. And if you don't, I don't know where you've been. But you know, Twitter, @SweetheartsPod, Instagram, /Sweethearts. If you have not subscribed to this channel already, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. So hit that subscribe
I'm literally
button,
not
like this
interested.
video. Guys, we have so much coming up, starting with our road trip to Dallas in under a month. Well, not a road trip, but our
honestly,
trip
we've got a pretty big video dropping soon, right?
Yeah, this weekend. Guys, so much more to see. We will see you all real soon.